Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
In the words of Walt Disney at opening day, you're on my turf, and I am the dreamers. So welcome to my dream, or is it a nightmare? And that was him.
He did do the slap too. He did
Back
that.
then, they would just hit people.
Yeah.
And just no reason. And so to show he means business, he was like, yeah. It was like the myth that the girl at In-N-Out talked to us about. When we went.
Yeah.
Walt would. Rachel, you weren't there when we went to In-N-Out, and the person at the register told us their theory on Walt Disney.
Oh.
Do you know about this at all?
No.
No.
Sorry if I'm repeating the story, but we were. It was an extremely hot day. I was helping Kevin pick up something.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, In-N-Out.
Sounds good.
Let's get In-N-Out. Doesn't that sound good on a hot day? Yeah, it does. And we went there and couldn't get it for like 20 minutes because the woman at the register saw my Hook shirt and went, wow, now you know about Peter Pan, right? Like, you know what's really going on in that movie? I mean, they're bringing all these kids to an island. You know, that's in all of Disney stuff. Just saying, that's in all of Disney stuff. That's in
And just
all of
started
it.
spewing like TikTok conspiracy
theories.
not
Yeah.
even like political conspiracy, just
That's
everything you see made
extremely
up
bad.
about Disney parks
Yeah.
and then put on TikTok for views.
Yeah.
She just believed it.
Oh,
all.
yeah.
I mean, and so Rachel, it was like 10 minutes of that. People are waiting behind us, and it's like, yeah. I mean, the island looks like. I mean, and I still don't understand when she said, and you know, Wendy pretends to be their mom, like I'm your new mom, like that's literally in the movie. I don't know.
I've
What
never.
does that mean?
And then she even said like, but the island. I mean, it looks like the Epstein Island. It actually looks like it. And I'm like, what? The Epstein Island had a giant carved skull
Yeah,
on it. Like what?
Big rainbow constantly.
And then, but the reason I'm bringing this up is she said, yeah, Walt would send a message. I mean, you know about pirates. You know, he caught his wife cheating, and that man, Walt got him.
Had him killed.
And had him, and hung him upside down to drain his, and then Kevin went, blood? Yes. And,
Yeah, that's
and
exactly what happened.
And his skeleton is in the ride, and that's a message. The one with the
Oh
sword
my
through him.
God.
That's a
Like
message.
the one you see with the
That's a
like sort of,
real
and it's like
skeleton?
That's a message. Don't do that to
Yeah.
Walt. And that's in all
Fuck
of his
Walt's
stuff.
wife.
So anyway, now you know the
Now you know.
story. Now you know the true story.
and I'm sure all of you watching will believe that.
Yep.
And tell your friends.
Good Lord.
Sorry for those if you've heard that story before, but it needed to be in Creepy Old Crypt because it is Disney related,
Yeah.
park related.
There are just some people that should not be in customer service, right?
Especially when there's 100 people in an In-N-Out burger going, I just want to.
Yeah.
I mean, she's saying these things, and it's like, yeah.
Just want a
Anyway, so
burger.
yeah, double, no onions. Anyway, that's not true. I got onions.
Go animal style like Walt did.
Yeah,
guy.
animal style. Yeah,
Covered him in
yeah.
fucking
You know,
onions.
that's where they got the word animal. That's where they got the term. The owner of In-N-Out said, "Walt, you're an animal." And he made the burger like it. He dices the onions like Walt diced the bodies. They'll never these pieces scattered to the wind like tears in the rain. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about.
Oh.
Okay,
Shit.
Welcome to Creepy Old Crypt. Tonight's episode, we're in Mega 64 Studios, and we have a lot to talk about. I figured this is a good place to do it. A lot happened recently. I don't even know when the last episode of this was.
We
The
did it-
Galaxy's Edge 5th
Yeah, it was the
anniversary?
5th anniversary. That was
End of May, early June.
yeah, I'd say that.
Damn, so we're behind.
We're a little
okay.
behind. I'm sorry about that. We had a really busy July.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot has happened recently. We're going to talk about two subjects tonight. D23 Expo just happened.
Yep. A lot of announcements.
Tons of announcements. I was boots on the ground at the event, so I'll share a couple things from that. You guys did you guys watch the presentation?
Yeah, we
yeah.
saw.
All the
We
way through.
found a lot because they weren't streaming it live at all.
Dude.
we found just somebody in the audience streaming it. So we're like, okay, well, watch this.
I don't get, they decided not to stream it this year, so everyone watched it through some idiot's iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I watched it.
Yep.
When you say some idiot, you're not kidding. there was a point when there was like music going on and he started singing along and then he was like, sorry, I had to.
Oh.
Did you? Thanks.
I don't know if you had to.
And also, you're not sorry. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so we all watched it through that. We have a lot to report on from that.
Yep.
Then I also want to talk about, we went to, this is going to be a split episode. We went to Universal Studios, had their 60th anniversary of their tram tour, their backlot tour.
Yeah, we saw it right near the end because it's over now.
Yeah.
So we saw it right near the end.
We went and we found a couple interesting things there. So we'll talk about that. But let's talk about the D23 stuff first.
Yeah.
Because there's been so much to cover. I haven't talked about anything. I just want to say real quick from going, just want to touch on actually being there. The show floor was good. Better in some ways than last time,
Yeah.
worse in others.
Okay.
Still not quite back to the peak of 2019, but some things were
Yeah,
really cool.
because Rachel and I went in 2022.
Yeah.
And the show floor was cool, but it was like a one-day thing.
Not-
it was
yeah.
like you could see everything in one day.
Yeah.
I would say it still kind of was. I would say one day probably. But here's the thing. I went on Friday. I went pretty much all 3 days. Not the full time, but I went on the first day. And man, it really was like, wow, I'm impressed. None of these booths have lines to wait in. In the past, I still have PTSD from like, oh, you want to see Imagineering?
Yeah,
Well, that's gonna be
good
your day.
luck.
That's gonna be your day, and you're gonna have to wait. And I
Yeah.
go, and it's like, no, they made everything. I will give them credit. All the complicated, like they have these gigantic presentations at D23, like we talked about for the parks and movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They moved them all off site. They had them all at the Honda Center. By doing that, they got all this floor space back. And so like Walt Disney Archives, their booth this year, their thing this year was all the vehicles.
Yeah.
They have
Oh,
all these
yeah.
classic cars and stuff like
Lost
that.
car was there. So
Yeah. The Volkswagen van and there was a bunch of stuff. They had a weird amount of cars from Minority Report. Like all the maglev cars. I'm like, was that
I still have not
was
seen
that
that movie.
Fox? Was that Disney? You
Yeah.
never saw that?
Never saw Minority
No.
Report.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Really?
You would love it.
Future Crimes
Oh,
or whatever,
man,
right?
yeah. So anyway, so all of that, I was like, so where's the Archives booth? Normally, again, there's a line to get in. No, because they got all that room, they just put the cars all over the show floor.
Whoa.
Just go look at them. They're all
That's
around.
cool. Yeah.
So they really eliminated a lot of that. There was an Avatar pavilion. You bet I was all over that.
Yep.
And again, it was a walkthrough, kind of fluff. You walk through, they had like models of, okay, here's a scale model of these Na'vi guys. Here's a scale model of a Banshee. That was cool. Okay. They had like waterfalls. They had a tribute to the producer that just died.
Oh, yeah.
John Landau. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I couldn't believe that he passed away. But it was kind of fluff. But then they also had people standing there with like doing like puppetry shit where they were like, "Oh, do you want to meet a baby banshee?" Or we've got, and it was
Here we go.
it was a latex creature,
cool.
like,
Yeah.
and and a lot of that people are saying is like they're demoing this for parks.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. They're going to have somebody walking around with
Yeah.
that in their hand and everything.
Yeah,
meet
so that was cool. Took 30 seconds to walk in. Now, I will say, I came back Sunday just to like take another look around. All of those things were like blitzed. It was like, oh, damn, Friday was the day to go.
Yeah.
Really? Everybody
Always is.
Everybody just not show up for those or just wait until the end?
I think on Friday, I got some intel on the show
Yeah.
for Friday. One, it is still a weekday, but I have been informed, and I can confirm now it's true. I've seen it with my own eyes. The biggest threat at D23, as at a Disney convention, are the pin and doll freaks. I call them freaks. No, I'm not judging anyone's interest.
Yeah,
but
you're a freak.
Sometimes you're a fan of something, and sometimes you're a freak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As
As opposed to a super freak as well.
I'm a fan of the Disney stuff that's on the show floor, but then when I saw the Lost van, I became a Lost freak.
Yeah.
The pin people. I was told by someone on the staff there, they're like, hey, the convention's not going to be the same after day one because all the pin people are here. And they're blitzing all the stores, which were moved into offsite. Like, there's another hall across the way
that has all those where you can buy pins and things.
Yeah, they moved all of that into other buildings and stuff like that, and they were all doing that, and everyone else was just walking around, and it was so easy to navigate the show floor. The Imagineering area was I don't know. I don't know what you would have thought, Rachel. To be real, I don't know what you would have thought. Kevin would have been in Hog Heaven,
Really?
because it was much more technical this
A
year.
lot of animatronic stuff. I saw some photos and stuff and a couple videos.
It was I really got to hand it to him. You go into the Imagineering area. They had a stage in the middle where just every 10 minutes, a different person who worked in Imagineering would do a mini panel. And it was great because you just stand in there and a guy would come out. Hi, yeah, I'm in charge of accessibility at Imagineering. So, all right, here's the original plans for Galaxy's Edge. Now, I'm going to point this out. This area, this is where someone in a wheelchair would die. Because they would just
we had to fix that.
They would roll down this into the ether, into nothing.
That's awesome.
So I had to go in and be like, no, you have to
Fix
build
it.
a thing right here and a ramp right here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
stuff you would never see.
Yeah.
So that was really interesting. And then around the stage were stations. Hey, I work in animatronics. Here's an A100 model. Here's an A1000. This one's hydraulic. This one's electric. And he was like, I asked about that, and he was like, oh, I'll open it up for you. Here's all the tubes that we use. Here's all the, and I'm like, Kevin would have
that's
gone
cool.
nuts about this.
Damn.
You know, here costuming. Someone in costuming just had their own booth in the pavilion. You know what I
talked to
mean?
them.
Every department had their own station,
No.
and it was really cool.
Okay, I'm sad.
Where they fucked up was that there were two big parts of the booth blocked off. Oh, we're not going to show those until after our
Secret.
presentation on Saturday night. So what happened was Sunday was the only day that part of the booth was open.
Yeah.
And then there was a line, and it was, I couldn't get in it the whole day.
Right.
Oh, it's capped. It's capped. You can't get in. It's like, bro, I just wanted to look at the model of the
of
Avatar
the new thing. Yeah.
You know, there's no need for that. That was handled very bad.
Yeah.
They shouldn't only have that available Sunday. That's so silly.
And then the other thing, but most of it was handled a lot better than ever. The only thing I will definitively say was worse was I really like they call the Emporium area, where it's just they let randos have booths.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and that's
Like
where
the
you
Alta
go and you see people bring like, hey, I've got a whole collection of like Country Bear
You'll
stuff.
see a lot of collectibles for sale. You can
Yeah.
just buy
Wow.
used stuff there, which is cool. I saw that last
Yeah.
time too.
And we went last time too, and like, you know, the auction houses, they have booths, and a lot of times the shit there is hella expensive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or they're auctioning a
Yeah.
vehicle or something. But then they also will have, you've seen this, bins of like, hey, original posters, original
Yeah.
menus from the thing, and it's like, oh, you know what? Yes, I want a Blue Bayou menu from 1995.
Yeah.
Okay, you know. They didn't have any of that. They didn't bring any of that. I feel like the auction scene took over. So all of that is like, oh, I could auction that. Oh.
Yeah.
So like you're in that area, and that auction house was there, but it was just like, yeah, we're just letting people know when the next auction is. And it's like you don't have the bins of stuff to look through.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool last time we were there.
Yeah, so it was like pin people and that, and it was like, oh, this is normally, this was always like a fun area to go through old crap, and there was nothing there. So that was a huge bummer to me. But other than that, it was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I dressed as Michelangelo from Spaceship Earth, painting the
Doing the
Sistine Chapel,
yeah.
and no one knew what it was.
My favorite thing about your cosplays is that you just find a way to get on the floor. Like for someone who is like, stop telling us to kneel down at concerts. Just I'm gonna lie down.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the road. Like
Thank you.
love that.
I always find a way.
make it harder for yourself. I love it.
But I will say I always like being a deep cut character, but I will say there's deep cut beloved and deep
Yes.
cut like okay.
Yeah.
And this was a little in that category.
Really?
Where I
I
did this
felt
and it was
that.
like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay. You
Probably
know,
saved you a lot of time getting stopped though.
Oh, dude.
yeah. Yeah, and I did want that after last year because
Yeah.
the pig pirate was too much.
You got stopped
Oh,
every
it was like
second.
nonstop
Yeah,
last year.
I couldn't. If I kept that on, it was like I can't walk around.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got around that.
You're a true cosplayer. You've had the full experience.
It really
now.
was
Oh, dude.
amazing.
The amount of times.
I do want to. I'm down to do one more, maybe a little more known next year, and I have some ideas for that.
Mickey Mouse.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mickey
The thing I really want to do, but I just don't know how anyone would know what it was, is I want to do Soren. Like, welcome to Soren over California.
Yeah.
But what do I do other than, I can wear his uniform, but will people know what that is?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
There's nothing real. Yeah, somebody.
know?
I think I saw someone suggest that, and I was like, yeah, but
Yeah.
you'd have to talk to make it
Yeah.
like a thing.
Yeah.
I want to do. I also really want to do Lincoln, but I don't know what would make that. I would want to do more than just dress in a suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's got to be something where I get up out of the chair and it makes that oh. Yeah. There's got to be something. So I'm gonna keep planning.
You'll find there's got to be some character that you could play
Yeah.
for
Could
sure.
glue a speech to your hand.
Yeah. I know the whole, and I already know the damn speech. I know there is a God, and that He hates injustice. But yeah, so we'll see. But anyway, that was fun. Saw a lot of people I didn't get to see in a while. You know, that was cool. But we all had to watch the presentations the same way. I didn't go to them. We all watched shitty streams of them.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yep.
What were you gonna say?
You and Kevin as the two brothers.
Oh,
That's
okay, you have to go.
amazing.
You have to
but
go
I
next
have.
year.
I don't want to be the South.
Sorry, dude.
yeah,
I don't want. I don't want.
What if you're not
I don't
in?
want
Oh,
to. I don't want to
you're
dress
South.
as a
Hey, so what are you
Confederate
fighting
soldier.
for? What are you fighting for? Any care to comment on what you're fighting
I'm
for?
not gonna be the South brother. I'm
That
sorry.
does- We'll both be the North.
Yeah,
Why are you fighting?
Two North brothers, bro.
Two North brothers. Why are you guys fighting? You're both gonna win. You know, I don't know. I don't trust this.
Yeah.
One of you should just be half disappeared, like
I know.
as it's fading out, like no head.
But I will say, seriously, picture this in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
When that photo dropped online, and it's you and me in those uniforms with the,
Yeah.
stand with our leg up. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a photo like that in the show.
Yes.
Or like both of us, posing for the
Yeah.
On both coasts.
sepia photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's used in American Adventure.
If that photo dropped online, that would be, people would
Oh, yeah.
post that forever.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Like, that would be a legendary cosplay.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta be.
I just
You
gotta
gotta
be
be the
Confederate.
Take one for the
South,
team.
dude. Sorry. Like, think of the retweets, dude.
Think of the retweet.
Think of the
Somebody who
retweets
doesn't tweet.
to have this
Think of the
incriminating
retweet.
photo of you in a
Yeah.
Confederate outfit.
Oh,
Anyway,
good cosplay. Why is that guy? Oh.
yeah. But anyway, just both be sepia toned,
Yeah.
so they can't tell.
You can't tell at all.
That's our way around it. But anyway, I'll think about it. But it would be Anyway, I always have fun cosplaying there. Anyway, okay. So there was a big parks announcement. Actually, first
Yeah.
thing they did a movie announcement, the movie panel.
On Friday, right?
Yeah,
Didn't watch that.
I
didn't watch that either.
I didn't watch all
but
of
I got
it.
updates from you because we were together at that point because
Yeah.
I came up to get the Star Speeder from you.
Yes.
And then we just went to Disneyland
Oh,
afterwards.
we should mention they did sell exclusives at the con, and we got taken for a ride because we found out. Yeah, I was definitely humming that because we found out they have an exclusive Star Speeder of the original Star Tours.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, well, that's really cool, but man, it's big and kind of, I don't know, that's a lot. I don't know. And then we found out it had a 4.5-inch LCD that played the entire ride.
On the inside. with lighting effects, sound effects, a screen. I was like, I need that. That has to be in my possession soon.
It was unavoidable.
And at this point, I wasn't going to D23. So
Yes.
I'm like, okay, this is available at D23.
Yeah.
So I want to share about this. I got to the store. This was the other thing that was terrible about the expo this year.
Yeah.
The virtual queue.
Oh, yeah, because you had to do that to get in the lines
To
for
get
certain
into the
things.
store, there's so many people that
Yeah.
want to go to the store. You have to get a virtual queue, like a ride.
Lame.
Okay, 7 in the morning, hit the button. Oh, you're number 138. Okay, I've done that before. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not that hard to get in. Okay, yeah, this year we're going to do it at 4 a.m. What? I'm sorry.
4 in the
what?
morning.
And it's like too early to get up early.
Yeah.
But too late to stay up late. It was just like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I don't know where you want me here. What I elected to do, I just stayed up, got it, and slept until noon.
Yep.
So
Yep. There you go.
Because you
was
get
it.
a time immediately, and then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I'll go win that.
I also
What's
have
up?
a secret for people.
What?
If it's past your time, they'll still let you in. No one cares. Your barcode still works. No one actually cares about that, but don't tell your friends. Anyway, because then everyone would abuse that trick.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to the store. That was the first thing I did. And I got there. I'm like, where's that Star Speeder? First of all,
first you're like, where's Teak?
I saw fucking Teak. They did a plush of Teak. I promise, if you're not awake now, this is going to fucking
Thank
juice
you.
you. Get ready for this.
It's like
Teak.
it's like 10 Red Bulls. this
No
thing.
one announced there would be a plush Teak from the Ewok movie. And this guy runs it fucking. This guy runs so fucking fast, the Flash gets trailed. Fucking Ezra Miller. It looks like he's tiptoeing in the middle of the night. next to this fuck.
Kevin said 10 Red Bulls and I couldn't swallow. It's like trying not to let it
You want to spit out your coffee?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who in the chat just said who? Okay, we're going to get you banned.
Oh, no.
How do you ban? And whatever, we'll figure it out later. Anyway, so Teak was first up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, where is it? And I go around the corner. There they have a wall of these star speeders.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh. So I start prepping. They have giant carrying bags. Sorry, I
Yeah.
promised I wasn't going to talk a long
These
time about
things,
being
no,
there.
no,
But
I don't care.
You
gotta
And
hear
this
this.
involved with me too. But
It
yeah,
is.
these things were huge.
oh, these things.
They're like
enormous.
I should have
Yeah.
grabbed it. It's in the other one.
My
but
other
it's-
hand is
it's
beyond
like
the thing.
This big. They're as big
Yeah,
as
yeah.
fucking toboggans. But anyway, so I start bagging them up because they have gigantic
Yeah.
carrier bags.
You
can
need to
take.
because that's the only way you can't you
Yeah.
can't carry them with your arms like
Yeah.
a baby or anything.
So they have a system. So I put it in one, and then I'm like, okay, and I'll get one for Kevin, and I start bagging it up. And the Star Wars rep they had on site.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. These are one per. These are one per.
Which we didn't know at
attendee.
first. We didn't like.
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was a limit
So
or
I'm
anything
like-
like that. There's
I'm
nothing
messaging
online.
One per
Kevin, like-
customer is a bad limit.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Typically two is.
Two per
Yeah, yeah,
customer
yeah.
makes sense.
I-
One is like
Yeah, that's a
okay.
bit much. But they're like, no, we only got got a couple thousand of
Give
these,
us
and so yeah. Okay, and so I keep backing up, and someone else, yeah, sir, they're just one per customer. So then I just, and this is a tip for everyone, I just played Dumber and Dumber. Yeah, it's one per person. Oh yeah, well these are for a different person.
What?
Right, but you're carrying two. Right, because I can't find Joshua. Josh? Josh? Oh my God, where is Josh? So I just kept calling someone's name and walking away with
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
And the whole time I'm walking around, I'm thinking, is it software based or are people just saying only take
Right,
one?
yeah.
Like, will they both
On the
ring up?
system.
Is it a verbal rule or is it actually
Yeah.
encoded into the point of sale?
And I'm thinking, because I heard that people were getting discounts at,
Yeah.
at the store.
Which is one of the only places you don't get discounts on their store online.
No.
You only get they allow the annual pass holder discount there,
Yeah,
which is
at
awesome.
at Disney's booth.
Yeah,
at
Disney's
Disney's
booth.
store booth.
Great.
And it's because it's all built on the same system as Disneyland across the street.
Yeah.
Which makes me think, they're not going to rebuild the system to not let you buy more than one. This is going to ring up both.
Yep.
I Metal Gear Solided that shit. Everyone, people were going, sir. And I would just, oh no,
Joshua.
mom. And I would go around the corner to someone else.
Yeah.
Sir, it's only one. It's not for me. I'm carrying it for someone else.
Which
And
was
they
true.
can't- They're not
You were
here. Yeah,
I
wasn't
wasn't
lying.
there. This isn't a scalping going on eBay sort of situation.
Yeah.
I couldn't go, and I wanted one very badly.
So, and then I saw someone just clock in at the register, and someone was explaining how to use the register. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the person.
Yep.
Oh, I want to go to their register. Okay. And then I went, and they were like, wow, look at all this. This is all for you. Wow. Boop, boop. Okay, thank you. All right, thanks. And I'm walking out of the. And I carried them across harbor, like to my hotel.
Yeah, you had to go to your hotel, so you had to go outside across the thing with these gigantic bags.
If you've ever seen Breaking Bad when he needs to get his barrels of money across the desert, it was 100 degrees, and I'm to get both star speeders across. I'm like going across the intersection. It was a better example would be the Passion of the Christ when he's carrying the cross, and he's just bleeding and sweating. That's pretty accurate, I think, to how it was.
Yeah.
It's essentially just like a passion. So anyway, so there you go.
Yeah, you got those, and I just came up later that night, picked it up. Because I was like, I'm not gonna let you carry this around. Like, it's gonna take up room in your hotel room and everything. So it's like, I'll drive up and I'll just take it from you, and we'll go to Disneyland for the night.
So we got dinner there.
Yeah.
That was an interesting dinner.
Yeah.
We got there right when the parade or the
fireworks
were starting.
So they reroute everybody around the crowds.
Yeah, we're
but
in hell.
the one place we wanted to go to eat, they were rerouting us away from constantly.
Yes.
Which is like it's understandable. They have a system in place. It's just annoying if you have a place you need to get to. So I understood the system they had in place. It works if you don't really care about going to a certain place, but it was super annoying.
Alternate opinion. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
Hate it. No, anyway, so it took us like an hour just to move 5 feet. And it's like, listen, let's just get to the tropical hideaway. They have bow We're just
Yep.
gonna get a couple pork
Yeah, yeah.
bow.
God, I heard this.
We'll
story.
eat that. We'll chill. And it'll be a chill night. We don't.
Yeah.
This is all a mess. Let's just get there and eat some bao.
Yeah.
And chill. I'm starving. I got to eat something. I did not eat that whole day.
No,
I don't know why. It was just crazy
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
And we finally get into that marketplace, and the dad in front of us walks up to the bao. Yeah, I'm gonna need like 13 bao. Oh, wow! You have a lot of kids. Here you go. All right, we're sold out, everybody.
Okay.
Literally,
and
they had
then-
a full
That's
case of
dreadful.
bao.
Yeah. And we're
And
like,
that dude in front of us bought the whole thing.
and it's like they have lumpia. I'll get lumpia for now. And they said they're making more. They'll be out at some point. They just didn't know when. So we're like, okay. So I basically take my lumpia and stuff, and I was like, oh, Rocco, I'll go get a seat. And there's one seat that I'm walking to right there, and this guy's whole family just descends.
this dad with 11
this
kids
thing.
all
13
cuts
bao.
and takes the table. It's like,
and I'm like, oh, so they took
my
all the
God.
bow, and they took the last table, and so we're like, okay, I'm just gonna wait around and find a different table for now.
well, so yeah, I checked out. I got some lumpia
Yeah,
too.
yeah. He was just behind me.
And so I'm like, yeah, Kevin, are you looking for a table? And Kevin didn't sound like himself. He went, this family is driving me crazy. I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's find somewhere else to sit. I'm going to have to get out of here right now. I was like, okay. So anyway, we sat there.
We sat, and then we're like, okay, we got a seat, and we're eating our lumpia and stuff like that. And the whole time we're just chilling and talking. And we got to a point where like we should have just recorded this because
Yeah.
we were just talking about all
Yeah.
the movie announcements, everything. And
It was a creepy old
It
crypt
was a creepy
episode.
old crypt
Yeah.
because it was taking so long, and we realized they still hadn't put out bow. We're like, we're done. It's like, okay, let's give it a few more minutes, and then we're like, okay, let's go get food this other place or something
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
giving up. We have to go somewhere else. I need to eat.
And you made a mobile order, hit boop order, and then they immediately take out the bow.
All right, we got more bao. It's like I just bought food from somewhere else.
It was perfect timing. But we got bow, and then we canceled that other thing.
Yeah.
And we went about and we went on some rides and stuff. It was a fun night.
Yes. We, as we were sitting there and suffering,
Yeah.
we did watch the movie present. Or no, we weren't watching it. We were looking at Twitter.
Yeah, because every announcement was just popping up on Twitter.
Most of it, I did not care. It
No.
was like Freakier Friday. Yeah, great.
Don't care.
But Kevin saw me yelp in a way that was not becoming.
You were just sitting across from me at the table, and you just went, "Oh no!"
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, almost like something was wrong.
Yes.
And you dropped some news that I was very excited about.
Yes, that's right. 9 Inch Nails is scoring Tron 3.
Hell yeah!
What are they gonna follow up Daft Punk with? There's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Oh, there is. 9 Inch Nails, baby.
I'm sorry, I love Daft Punk, but 9 Inch Nails doing the soundtrack, I'm so
It's gonna
so
be
excited for.
So wicked.
Yeah, I
And-
love 9 Inch Nails.
And I'm
No.
sorry, but what's that?
I didn't know how big of a fan of 9 Inch Nails
Oh.
Kevin
yeah,
was.
I'm a secret 9 Inch head, dude.
Massive
It's
nail
secret
fan.
And they had already just confirmed Jeff Bridges coming back.
Yep.
So
Oh, shit.
it sucks because I didn't want to support this third Tron movie.
Yeah.
But the scale has tipped.
Oh, there you go.
Ugh. And so now I have to see it.
Yep.
It's killing me.
I will be in that seat. And we're getting a new 9 Inch Nails album out of it, so I am so excited for that.
No, that's good.
Uh,
I hadn't. This is just brand new news to me. I had no idea that you like. He's a very good husband, and he only listens to the music I want to listen to in the car.
I only
so
listen to it in the car, basically. I'll just play music by
when
9 Inch
I'm
Nails,
not
and then
there.
I'll
But
play
I
it.
don't mind 9 Inch Nails. You can play me some 9 Inch Nails. You can share that.
there is Rachel, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but every time Kevin gets in my car to like if I am giving a ride somewhere,
Yeah.
for some reason there's a specific song that doesn't come on when I'm in the car on shuffle. Like all my songs are on shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever Kevin gets in the car,
You feel his presence.
There's a 9 Inch Nails song called "Came Back Haunted."
Which
Oh,
the
yeah.
term came back haunted cracks me up.
Yeah, I don't know what. I remember that first came on and you were laughing. I was
Yeah.
like, "What's what?"
It's like,
what's
came
so
back
funny?
haunted.
Yeah, you know what? I went to this place. I came back
Came back
haunted. Oh, but anyway, that always comes on when Kevin gets in the car.
Yep.
And so it's
That's so
very
funny.
apropos that Tron is getting
Wow.
them.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I was stoked. Garrett was texting me like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit,
Like,
we're
shit.
getting a new nine."
Oh.
There was talk that there would not be another Nine Inch Nails album.
Yeah, I
But
want them to
now there
tour.
is one, and it's
Yeah.
Tron.
Yeah.
Like that's
crazy.
crazy.
I can't wait. They did such a good job for the Quake soundtrack. They're really good at soundtracks.
Yeah.
Social Network.
Oh, yeah. That's just
Other one, like
Trent
Gone
Reznor.
Girl. I've never seen Gone Girl, but you were saying
You
Gone
would
Girl.
love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I would not love the movie.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, so that was really cool. The Tron thing,
Yeah.
and all the drama leading up to it. That was really cool.
Came back to rest.
Came back to yeah.
Good, thank you.
Okay, well, so the next day was the parks presentation.
Yeah.
And there was a
like
lot
at
of
night.
news
It was
there.
like, well, both those were at night. And now that I think about it, but yeah, it was like started like at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. It was really stupid because I had tickets to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, concert up in LA.
You guys would have been so disappointed if you saw me at that thing. I am just refreshing Twitter. You know, dun, 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 dun. Oh fuck, cars. Dun, 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 dun. Is that Mater? Dun, 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 dun. I was so disconnected. I felt terrible.
that sucks.
The concert
Was it good this time?
Was it good? Because you were saying sometimes it's hit or miss with the Final
Yeah.
Fantasy concert.
Just gonna-
I'm gonna be honest. Better because it was only Rebirth.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
they did
So
actually do that.
It was
Good.
the concert was only. It is the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth soundtrack.
Yeah.
But you know, some of that was great. Like especially when you get to like, you know, I don't know if you ever saw this in the game when you go to where the Shinra, where the army is trained and stuff. Junin is
Yeah.
the city. It's a military town, and you have to be pretend you're part of the military. And it's like brr, dun, 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 dun. They play all this patriotic
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Them playing that like was great.
That's awesome.
But how many times are you gonna play Aerith theme? How many times are you gonna play the overworld main theme?
Did they play the amusement park theme?
They did.
They did.
That
Okay,
was
good.
cool. That was awesome.
Cool.
Wow.
But my favorite parts of the soundtrack are when they put some fucking sauce on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like okay, da, 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 you're fighting this boss, da, da, and then all of a sudden, da, 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 you know, it'll start going
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fucking butt metal, like crazy. They didn't do any of that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just it's overworld theme, da, 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 which is great. But
Yeah.
give me some of that stank on it. Come on.
It's a bit of stink.
So it was a little lacking, but
Yeah.
still a very nice time. However, I felt so rude because
Brain
I
rot
had
in it.
pretty nice seats, and I'm going, oh fuck, villains, Monsters Inc.
You seeing
Whoa!"
you seeing this? Hey, stop watching. You see it? Look at this.
There were many. First of all, let me just last couple things I'll say about Final Fantasy. In Japan, they're going to have these concerts too. One of the best concert merch pieces I've ever seen is
Yes.
those light sticks that they do at the concerts.
Oh yeah, you always see that at concerts
Yep.
in Japan.
And they had them in their Cloud's Buster Sword. And the materia glows different colors.
Yeah, it probably goes with they probably have RF and they can
Yeah.
change it to whatever color they want to do a little light show.
So everyone was like, are they going to have those at the US shows? They did an online pre-order if you wanted to get them.
Yeah.
But are they going to be at the concerts themselves so you can get them there? Wow, you get there? Oh, they did. They brought them. They're way more than they were online.
Oh.
And batteries not included. So everyone there was like,
so I don't.
we can't
I
use
can't use
them.
this
do,
at this
do
concert.
you have AAA batteries? No.
Jesus.
Oh.
Okay. What? That is useless.
So that was funny, but so many of the women at this show were dressed like Tifa and Aerith, the Don Corneo, when they dress up really fancy in their dresses.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool. There were two women that could not find their seat that entire 30 minutes into the show, and
don't know where we
they're
are.
seated down, and then
wondering
two
it.
people would show up. Yeah, these are our seats. Oh my god. Okay. Then they move somewhere else. Yeah, these are our seats. Oh my god. Okay. Whatever. Finally, they figured out that there were seats right across from me. I was on the aisle. They were
Yeah.
right there, and they were like, "I think this is it." I'm just enjoying watching this, and they're
Yeah.
like, "I think this is it. We're not gonna have to move again. We're at the end of this aisle." Okay, that's convenient because their dresses were huge. And
Yeah.
had all this stuff, and they're like, "Okay, great." They sat down, and man, one of them spilled their drink so it just.
No.
They sat down, finally, like plopped down, and that thing just spilled everywhere. And she went,
That
"Ugh," and they got up and they were gone.
Oh.
That was it.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
There's
So-
nothing worse.
And the whole time I'm going, damn. Wait, is that Mater? What? Wait, are they leaving? Oh my God. Sully? Anyway. But I watched the presentation later, and now we can talk about it. I know it's been a long preamble to get there.
No.
Only an hour.
We
It's
were
gonna be a 9-hour
we were
episode.
bummed because they did like a pre-show that went over that was just like Mad Tea Party covers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
with
yeah,
with
yeah.
like with
It
like the
was
Mad Hatter
Tea
and stuff.
Party
Yeah.
band. I
It
found
was.
out later
Oh,
that
it
it
was.
was
So
the
they
Mad
brought the
Tea
Mad
Party
Tea Party
They
band.
brought it back because I have a friend, and bless her heart, she's so lovely
Yeah.
and so honest and genuine. I really love her. She's so into it, and I was watching that like this is making me hate Disney. This makes me never want to go
Oh.
back. Fuck these people.
For anything that they do that makes me like a fan when it
Yeah.
comes to like, and again, that's mostly parks related, whatever. Again, I'm not really watching like the animation panel and stuff.
No.
But for every parks thing that they make, oh wow, like I would say I'm a fan of that. They will do something that makes me go, no,
Nope,
I don't know
I'm
these
out.
people.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. And that was it. I was
That was-
like, I'm so sick of hearing covers from this band.
They did
Yeah.
like
And it went over. It was like 7:25, and I'm like,
ages.
this
And I
is
was like,
supposed to
we're
start
still
a
being
while
put-
ago. Like,
still being forced through this
Yeah.
horrible thing where they were doing like a fucking I don't know, glam rock version of Unbirthday song, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I just want to die.
Well,
Yeah.
I will say, some people were kind of ripping on them for all the music performances.
I liked the music performance in it. I thought was a cool way of doing it, where they just had a performance, almost like the people who bought a ticket got a concert and announcements
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah.
And Kevin
That-
had to keep reminding me of that.
I thought
because
that was
like,
so cool.
Get on with it.
No, because I agree. I was feeling that too. But then someone I know who went to it were like, hey, I got like a whole concert tonight.
Yeah,
Like, it was kind of
people
cool
were
being
there.
there.
Like watching on a stream, I think is different than paying for a seat to a
Yeah.
thing. If they're just like boom, 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 here's all the announcements done.
Yeah.
I would be bummed if I bought a seat to that. But having it be a like half concert, half announcements,
Yeah.
I thought was such a cool way of doing
They
it.
Good people
it
there.
was kind of the Game Awards a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
It's like a little bit of marketing and a little bit of
Definitely.
entertainment. But I have a timeline here of all the announcements
Yes.
that they made. So we'll just go through them.
Okay.
And I guess these are in order. I guess someone put them in order of like when they think they're going to come out. But I'm just gonna hop
Yeah.
around. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll go in order, whatever of what's here.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's opposite of what I just said. Okay, so they announced a lot of things.
Lots.
We got an opening date for the Tiana's Bayou.
November
thing.
15th. I think that's
Okay.
cool. I'm gonna
Okay.
go. I'm gonna go on that. Day one, minute one, day one. I'm gonna be there,
I'm gonna camp out.
and I'm gonna be very pissed off because there's gonna be a line, but it doesn't matter. I'm gonna blog how
Yeah.
pissed off I am that there's
Yeah.
a huge line.
Well, just post the magic is gone.
Yeah, exactly. Because I went day one, minute one.
If
of
you're
the
ever
ride.
mad at something at the park, all you have to do is post the magic is gone, and it will change.
Yep.
Yeah.
That will be it.
No, I'll just go like 2 days later, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah. Wait, what Magic Key reservations open tomorrow? Oh, I didn't realize that actually is a thing. Reservations.
Oh
open tomorrow.
yeah,
What,
for
the
that
opening
day.
of that?
For that day, like they only go so many
Oh,
so many
I
days
see.
Yeah,
far
Oh,
out.
Yeah,
But
Cool.
but we just made a joke that we're not.
yeah. I'm not going. I'm not
don't
going
wanna
November
either.
15th. Sorry.
I'm not going on it at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not me, and that's not me being anti woke.
No, you're anti-drop.
I'm
Yeah.
anti-drop, exactly. Okay. Next, coming out, they did, and we had heard rumors about this forever, and actually it's been under work for a long time. So this is coming any moment now.
Yep.
New randomly earlier this year, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln closed.
Yep.
And it was like, yo, what's going on in here?
And they
It's
shut
been-
it down. Like not even
Yeah.
the whole lobby's shut down,
Yeah.
and the like everything in that area is
Everything.
closed up.
And as it turns out, the rumors were true.
Yep.
There is a Walt Disney animatronic being
Which
put in.
I was nervous about because I was like, is this removing
Yeah,
Lincoln?
please
Yeah.
don't.
Or not? And they
Same.
Yeah, I was like, are we getting a new show that and Lincoln is done?
Mm-hmm.
But no, they
On
announced at the
rotation,
end
baby.
it's gonna rotate.
Yep.
So it's gonna be this show at this time. I don't know if it's gonna be like throughout the day, like these times for this,
Yeah.
or if it's a
Yeah.
daily thing and it depends on the day. Or,
They said, so I thought it was interesting when he said in the presentation, he's like, at first, he said after a while, it will then start to rotate. So
Okay.
it sounds like it's going to be the Walt show exclusively
is
for
fine.
months.
for months,
That's
which is
good.
fine because
That's how it
Give
should
you
be.
loads
Every-
of
That's
chances
yeah.
to see it.
Everyone's going to want to see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, in rotation, I mean, that is kind of what they do in Epcot for Impressions de France.
Yeah.
is, but the only thing unfortunate with that is, man, they play that the first hour and the last hour of every day, and it's like kind of hard to get to it.
What do they play otherwise?
Sleep, Beauty and the
it's
Beast
Beauty
sing
and the Beast
along.
thing. Yeah.
And which no one likes.
No.
I mean, and that's not just me being theme park geek. It really doesn't have very good reviews. It's like they just sing along. with
Why
the-
would you want to do
you know,
Yeah.
Impressions du France is its own unique.
It's a classic.
presentation.
I
Yeah.
was like, did I see that one? No. I said I saw Impressions du Chine.
oh, that's not the same.
No, it isn't. I've never seen the French one.
oh,
So
you
I'm not
gotta
getting up
see
early.
that.
What do you want?
I
me to do?
thought I can't remember
You
if we
can
did
see
or
it
not.
after like 7 p.m. too. You
Yeah.
can get back. It's a beautiful film,
Yeah.
and the theater is like untouched since it opened, so it's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, the Walt thing. Yeah, I was nervous about Lincoln, but that's staying. They're committed to that show,
That's
which
great.
is great.
I'm so glad about that.
But you know, there's obviously going to be a little bit of like, ooh, a Walt Disney animatronic. Is that going to be weird? Is that going to
Yeah.
be good or not? Whatever. I will just say, taking a step back, I feel like when was the last time there was a new animatronic show?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's everything's
Especially
a
in
ride and
California.
stuff like that. That's something you can just sit and watch.
Yep.
Yeah. So that to me was a plus in general.
Yeah.
But it being Walt Disney, there were always rumors about, oh, he didn't want an animatronic. He wouldn't like that. Some of his family is saying that. Some of his family is saying, no, this is history.
Yeah.
You know, you've made statues of him. You know. To me, it's just how you do it. The techniques and the tools are so different than they used to be.
Yeah.
It's not like in the 60s. He's not going, you know, it's like they're going to make this.
It's gonna be state of the art.
Something state
And
of
they
the art,
did
yeah.
announce everybody was worried. It's like, is this gonna be from old recordings, or are they gonna
Yeah.
do AI for
Have they
and make them
announced
say
that?
whatever they want?
Yeah.
And they came out as like, this is all gonna be from previous recordings.
Oh,
Yes.
thank God.
It's not
Okay,
gonna be
cool.
AI. We're not gonna write a
Good.
script for
Yep.
him and then make him say it or
That's
anything like
really
that.
good.
That's
I was
what I
worried
was-
about that too.
That's what I was going to say is
Yep.
I saw that announcement and that made me feel a
I'm
lot
like,
better.
okay, cool. I was afraid it was like, oh yeah, they're just gonna use AI to make them say whatever they
Yeah.
I'm
want.
glad
So,
because I think that shows that they're like, oh no, people are going to really kick off if we say
Yep.
it's AI. Like
Yep.
people don't like it.
No.
Yes, we don't. Stop it.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm very interested. I am personally, I think I'm excited for this. As long as Lincoln stays. Really, the only thing that I am feeling like, oh man, about is they did show artwork of Lincoln,
Yeah.
the show. And my only bummer with it is the set. So now they're on apparently one big rotating set.
Okay.
Like literally, they installed a turntable, like
Oh,
carousel
cool.
style
Yeah.
turntable, where they will just be able to go. And
That's
it's the
so
other show.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh my
Which
God.
that is cool, but I will say the Lincoln set in the artwork.
Was nice and gigantic. Oh no, sorry. In real life it was, but in the artwork it looked less.
It doesn't. Well, it's not even. I don't even know if it's less. It's not. It doesn't look like the old World's Fair set did. And
Yeah.
that part of my brain is like,
Yeah.
oh, but you recreated the World's Fair set perfectly in the current
Yeah,
version.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be different.
I wonder if
that
the-
part of me is itching, but the rest of it I think is cool.
I wonder if the reason the animatronic for Lincoln, or if they're going to update that too with the show.
I mean, it's already pretty damn good.
It is. They updated it what 2009?
Nine, yeah.
Yeah. So that like it looks great, but I wonder if it's been long enough. They're like, oh no, we have new technology. We'll do it.
I mean,
this
they
like
can
they
make
do
it even better.
But we'll see.
I don't think they would do Walt though if they didn't have. I think it's going to be like mind blowing.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be the top of the line.
They
animatronic, I'm sure.
said they've got his face. They said like
Aw.
you're gonna see like expression
Cool.
you've never seen.
Oh, that's so exciting.
But I mean, good luck to them because this is not Abe Lincoln. We don't have footage of him.
No.
But
Yeah.
Walt, we are very familiar with how he
Yes.
looked,
And it's much
acted.
harder when you have that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good
Yep.
luck to them.
Yep.
Anyway, so exciting. Early next year, I think. So that's cool.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Day 1, minute 1.
Day 1, minute 1. That's the one thing I would rope drop.
Yeah.
Okay. Parades and stuff. I don't give a shit. Does anyone care about Magic Kingdom gets a new parade?
I don't
no,
care.
because it's not us.
Yeah,
I don't care
that's
about
not. If it's not for me, fuck it. Sorry, we don't curse. This is a family
No,
show.
no,
We don't curse.
But kids, you're gonna have to hear it. Fuck. At some point, you're gonna hear that word. Okay. I think Test Track in Epcot is getting its update.
Yeah.
Sometime next year.
They just started that like a month or so ago. They closed it. And
Do they have a new car sponsor?
No, it's still no. Is it GM? It was Chevrolet
It
before.
is GM. Is
Okay.
GM part of Chevrolet?
I don't
no
know,
clue.
but it was Chevrolet because I remember they
Yeah.
they had display Chevrolet stuff, all this stuff, and now I all the articles say GM, so I wonder if that's new sponsor.
Yeah,
or
I
what.
don't
Like,
know.
not
Everything
sure.
that I have heard, everything that I've heard behind the scenes on this has been that it is modeled more inspired by the old World of Motion ride.
Yep.
And they said people are going to love it. They
I-
said
I'm
Epcot
stoked.
fans are going to love it. And I'm like, that sounds cool.
I like Test Track, but
Yeah.
I do wish I
fine.
got to ride the old one, the
Yeah.
one that looked like a crash test dummies and stuff like
Oh,
that.
cool, yeah.
But the new one was fun, but
That's fast.
it's really fast and really fun and stuff like that. But I'm
I think-
excited to see what they do.
But they keep saying it's inspired by World of Motion, this classic Epcot ride. But everyone is like, okay, what does that
Are
mean?
we getting
Yeah.
animatronics?
Are we getting
we
cute like Mark Davis animatronics?
Yeah, I would
Ooh,
love if
oh,
they
that'd
had
be
that
nice.
kind of
Now
stuff.
you
in
know
there.
I never go on this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they had that, oh, you got me.
I
Dude,
can
it's
tell
just
you.
fast.
I can tell you
I'll
right now.
suffer
You
through
could go on that.
It's just
There's no
fast.
drops.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
It
just
doesn't
fast.
even have like
I don't want, but I want to go slow.
No, they don't do this whatsoever.
That's cool.
It's a high speed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's fast.
I may
Right.
have to do it
I
if,
was-
if they did that.
I was on the fence about that ride because there was a lot of waiting around in rooms and
Yeah, it was like build your car.
build your car.
I don't
And
care
for
about
kids,
any of that.
like great for boys who on girls who love cars.
Yeah.
For non-binary kids who love cars,
Yeah.
whatever you want, just wonderful. But for
Yes.
people like me, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I just
Yeah,
want to go.
I was like, I just want to
fast,
build
please.
a car. They have auto
and then you
crate.
go so fast that it's like, oh, it's over. All right.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a long time for this, but it was so fucking fast that it was like worth it because it was
That's cool.
cool. It was so exhilarating.
Well, if I want animatronics, but then if at the minimum, if they play, it's fun to be free.
If they have
then-
like original music from it and
Yeah.
stuff like that, because the ride is still always just we're gonna test your car.
Yeah.
Here's
Oh.
the
quickly.
like bumpy road test.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's cool, but they need to update it with something
Yep.
cooler like that.
I agree. Okay, Zootopia show coming to Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Is that the thing that's going into the tree?
Yes.
Or, yeah,
It's
th-
replacing bugs.
Yeah, they
Oh,
announced
okay.
that.
No, I'm
They're
down, 'cause
losing
I-
their bugs.
Fuck those bugs.
I wish that show could exist.
I wish.
still,
Does
but
it not
Yeah.
exist? Is that the last place?
that's the last version of it. But that being said, every time I go into it, I go, "Why did I do this?
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
this.
Boo-hoo.
I don't
like
want to be
that.
here. I don't want to be
like
here."
I
that.
hope
that
Judy
ride.
Hopps doesn't try and touch my butt. Is what
Yeah.
I want.
That's what I'm scared. They have
Stop.
the tech where it gives you a little bzz in your butt area, and I'm scared what they're going to do. Yeah, the little fox is going to pinch you.
Oh, if they
They're gonna make it a
reuse
sexual
the
harassment
set or
lawsuit.
whatever, they're gonna do that. They're gonna pinch and,
Oh yeah.
and sting you
They're gonna
for sure.
Put something in there. Some of the mice are gonna run past. And you'll be like,
I-
oh,
Yeah.
no thanks.
So I don't know. I'm indifferent. I also think I agree. Jimmy in the chat. Oh no, it's not you. Sorry. Ranty Rose in the chat. I kind of agree with you. For some reason, Zootopia in Animal Kingdom, you would think that would make sense, but it just doesn't have that kind of like. It doesn't have the same messaging
No,
as.
it's very metropolitan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the whole point of it. It's
Yeah.
it's animals. Yeah,
and it's weird because people said that about Avatar, like, oh, that doesn't belong there. But it was like,
it does.
kind of does. It's about
Nature.
preserving nature
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
our
yeah.
symbiosis
Yep.
with. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like, no,
Our
it actually is a
relationship
good
to
fit.
Nature and like being one
Yeah.
with nature and all that kind of stuff.
So I don't know. I'm indifferent on that. If it's a cool show, great. And if it's not,
Yeah. Like Tough to Be a Bug is about like how
Yeah.
important bugs are to life and everything like that, and we
Yes.
shouldn't
Yes.
squash and kill them
No.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
I'm
this is
still
like,
going
oh,
still, sorry.
here's Zootopia, where the song.
and I will say too, bugs. The location is perfect. It's
Yeah.
all meant to be under the soil of the tree.
Yes.
Yep.
which
Like,
makes
You go
sense,
down like through the roots and
Yeah,
everything like
it's
that,
perfect
and then
design.
you go into the tree.
Yeah. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay. Oh my God. This announcement was like, why did this take so long? They're finally adding another location in the damn Millennium Falcon ride.
Finally.
What took that long?
I don't know.
I know.
It's based on the Mandalorian, all right? Or the
Yes.
new movie, Mandalorian Grogu or whatever.
I don't. I just all they said was Mandalorian.
Really? Because
is
I thought
involved in it.
they mentioned that it was
Oh,
it was
okay.
a
I
tie-in
think-
to that
yeah.
new movie
Oh,
coming
okay.
out.
So.
Okay.
I don't know when that is, but is the movie called Mandalorian and Grogu?
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah,
is
they
the name
mentioned
of
that
the
in the
movie.
thing,
Great.
saying like it's a tie-in with that.
I tell you what, that ride already makes me feel nauseated. If I have to watch that little bastard throw up, I'm never going on that.
If that little fuck eats, sorry, keeping the show clean, but if
that little shit.
he eats the eggs, if he eats one of the little froggy man's eggs one more time, I'm gonna blow a gasket. I'm gonna have a panic attack in the middle of a Disney park. So they better be fully aware. I'll throw up all over that console. Punch it, Chewie. Yeah, punch this.
I'm curious to how they're gonna write the storyline, because really you don't encounter many characters during that segment of the ride.
Yeah.
There's some on like the screen and like he's talking to you through that little screen and stuff like that. But during the ride, it's not like Star Tours where there's like
He's just flying around next
like
to you.
you're kind of just I bet you like it's a ship and he's flying around and he'll tap into your thing.
It looks like from
God,
this
imagine if
artwork,
there's,
he's on a jetpack.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
zooming around. Okay, I can see that.
But there's TIE fighters and stuff. Like, I like that ride. I actually do. Some people really don't. I like it.
Yeah,
It's
I do.
I feel like there's only one location and it's very technical. I would love one that's a little more, and I know it sounds goofy, but romantic. Like I don't mean romantic, but sweeping kind of emotional, like Star Wars has. Like Star Wars has those things in
And
it.
Flight of Passage is all that.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
And that's why it's so good.
Yeah.
So have something more like kind of emotional, like in terms of affecting.
Yeah.
Make Grogu. I'm telling you, have all these ships show up like we're dead, and then Grogu does like the Force, like and the ships all fly away or whatever. There you go.
I'm excited
Grogu
to have a
attack.
second thing
Yeah.
for that show for sure.
So
Yeah.
that was long overdue. They were talking about multiple locations before Galaxy's Edge opened, and I can't believe it took that long.
It'd be cool if they like had you dock somewhere and he actually comes into the cockpit with you.
Yeah.
Like if they put a guy in there, that'd be neat.
Oh my God, that would be insane.
Just have a guy
that'd be
standing
insane.
out there.
Get in.
That'd be somebody's job to like act like every 5 minutes.
Imagine you're sitting, Kevin, you're sitting in the cockpit, you're just waiting for it to start, and suddenly you feel, I can bring you in hot, or I can bring you in cold.
There you go.
Bring you in warm, not hot. Okay.
They do that for Muppets, whatever, because the guy comes out with a flashlight every show. And
That's
That's
true.
a real dude.
They should do
It's a
that.
dude in a costume. So
By the way, I just want to apologize. I have to figure out a chair situation because mine gradually sinks over the course
Yeah.
of an hour. So I'm not shorter than them, I promise.
I've had to sit cross-legged because
Oh, yeah.
I was uncomfy.
Okay, so there's that.
Good point.
Okay, other announcements. They're doing this whole new area in Animal Kingdom. They're going to replace Dino Land USA.
which is good. I don't like Dino Land USA.
I have seen a shocking amount of people like, dude, I can't believe Dino Land. That's an original. Like, that's a. Hey, yo,
Guys,
that shit
it's
sucks.
bad.
From day one, it was just a dinosaur carnival.
Like that, the rest of the park is like, oh my God, look at all this. Can
Yeah.
you believe this?
Yeah.
Then you get there and it's like, so the money ran out.
Skippable.
So the countdown to extinction was great, and then it became dinosaur, and
That's
that's
where it
still
hurts.
great.
That's where it hurts.
That's where I'm bummed.
Yeah.
The rest of it is just generic coaster slapped with a dino theme.
yeah.
I was surprised to see how many people though were like, the dino triceratops spinners or whatever. Like, I do that every time. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, no offense to anybody, but
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I forgot that was an original.
Yeah,
Like-
they wanted some kind of primeval presence.
Yeah. Primeval present.
Some dinosaur thing.
I
So they decided to make a carnival.
should have remembered this because do you remember when they did a bunch of tie-in stuff with the all of the shows that were on at the time and like
ABC shows. and
Sabrina
stuff.
the Teenage Witch
Yeah.
and Boy Meets World all
Yeah.
went.
Yep.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch was like heavily based in the Dino Land USA.
That's where they
part.
only went.
They
And they're
had-
like dino digs
They
and
did
stuff.
that, and then they also did the Harambe.
Oh yeah, I forgot what the.
What's that? The fucking safari. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for. But yeah, like Aunt Zelda's like, oh, I found a bone. I'm gonna bring it to life. She's doing a fucking dino dig
In
the
Di- in
Dino
Dino
Land
Land.
Wow.
USA. Then she brings
Amazing.
him to life, and he's a caveman, and then he has to go and get a job. It's quite good.
wow.
I love that show.
So much for that. Well, that's history's gone.
There you go.
Gone forever. But they're turning it into Indiana Jones themed like tropical area or just like a
Well, so that
like
area
a
is gonna
temple
be,
area?
I believe it's going to be like a South America kind
Yes,
of,
'cause
Which is so cool.
area,
And-
which is awesome.
And
Yeah.
Venus, what's that called? Encanto. Encanto.
Yeah. Well, what I love is that they're making a new land and it's South American themed. I forget the exact
yeah.
term for the land,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been a long time since we've gotten a new land that isn't just one property
Yes.
or one, it's the so-and-so land. Like the fact that it's just, no, it's South America and there's going to be lots of different things
Yeah.
in
Yep.
it. I thought was really cool. Tropical Americas,
was
that's what
it.
they're calling
Thank you,
it.
Renty.
But I'm genuinely bummed that how do you go wrong with dinosaurs as a property? Like that ride is still valid and good.
Yep.
Why does it need to be another Indiana Jones? I do appreciate, I will say this. I really do think they made an effort this year with all these other announcements to make them, hey, we're not just going to clone the thing
Yeah.
that you had, we're
We're
building
just
another
gonna make another one. here.
yeah, we're building another Avatar land. Oh, but it'll be different. It'll be different.
Yep.
It won't be the same as the one in Florida. I appreciate that because to me, a huge bummer about Galaxy's Edge is that they're the same on both coasts. That should be two planets.
Yep.
Like, the one in Florida, it's like cold.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
not that would work out there. But you know what I mean? Like, and the one over here is deserty. It should have been that.
Yeah.
So I like they're making things different, but I still am bummed to make it Indiana Jones. Like you already have a dinosaur ride. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
They could have made that fit, but it is going to be Indiana Jones. They're gonna change it.
But it's not going to be our Indiana Jones, even
No.
though the track layout is the same as
Yeah,
ours
yeah,
and
yeah.
Japan.
Different
They're
story.
gonna make it different.
They're all different stories
Which is
and
nice.
have different set
They're trying.
pieces in it, which is cool.
A bit.
Like do new stuff with it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do.
The concept art they showed has him looking up certain things, and people have put theories together on,
Really?
on what the story of it is going to be. They think it's going to be about is it Quetzalcoatl?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that how you say it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, which is a kind of feathery serpent creature. There's artwork of it, I guess, in the concept art or whatever.
Yeah.
They think it's going to be about that. And then they're saying, okay, well, what can they reuse from that dinosaur ride and just make it that creature?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aladar, the dinosaur, definitely they can keep that.
There you go. Dr. Fuss Budget, or what is his name? The guy.
Oh,
Dr. What?
I forgot.
Dr. Butthugger.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
He's in the ride.
But I forgot the name of that. The Dr.
I can't remember.
Piss Baby or whatever. I forget.
That's it.
The guy that's in the ride.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe he'll stay. Maybe he'll be like the partner.
Yeah.
Throw him in the idol. See ya. Or whatever. Anyway, but whatever. It is what it is. But Encanto getting just a dark ride. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
down for that. It's gonna be
cool.
the same kind of area.
Yeah. Okay. I have
I
no.
love the idea that the outside of the ride is like just the house and you get to just be in the house. I think that's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said it's going to be old school dark ride. Okay. Yeah. Sounds great. Yes.
I'm
Love
totally down for that.
Love that.
And you get to talk to animals.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Some Doolittle shit. That's kind of cool.
Love doing that Doolittle shit.
Okay. Well, sorry. I am hopping around here. Oh my god.
Oh, we lost a gel.
Holy cow. Oh my god.
Scare the shit out of me.
Okay, so I'm going to jump around a little bit. Going back to California Adventure here in
Hell yeah.
California,
Yeah.
obviously.
What?
They did finally announce, thank God, we are getting Pandora Avatar Land in California Adventure. And
Yep.
even better, it's not the same one as Florida. I love the one in Florida.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to be a repeat
Love
of
it.
that. That one was more kind of the first movie.
Yep.
This new one, the way of water is in all things,
Yep.
baby.
2 and
We're
3.
going 2 and 3.
They mentioned
so
that.
there better be fire.
Yep. There's gonna
They
be
announced
fire
the new
and
Avatar
ash.
is Fire and Ash.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Hell
But it's
yeah.
they announced like a boat ride for it, which is awesome. I'm
Yeah.
super down for that. Did they announce another ride for it? I can't remember.
They only talked about
They only
that.
talked about that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited.
No one knows for sure, but there are theories that this boat ride. They showed everyone in this big boat, and then they showed like a tulkun. It's not a whale.
Nope.
It's a tulkun jumping out kind of over them, and it's like, wait, what is this? A lot of people are thinking this might be the same ride system as Pirates in Shanghai.
Yes.
Ooh.
Where you're on a boat, and they said there's parts of the artwork that look decidedly indoors and parts that look outdoors, but they're saying like that could be a physical, like it looks like there's maybe physical animatronics, and then maybe that whale part would be like, oh, it's
Big screen.
it's
Big
a big
screen over the
screen, but
thing.
maybe it still splashes you,
That's
or
Yeah,
cool.
you know, whatever. But that Pirates ride is nuts,
Damn,
and
Yes.
I'm so excited.
to have something like that here
I'm
would be pretty
so stoked for
amazing.
They
that.
kept saying, for multiple different things, but this one in particular, they kept saying like, you've never seen a ride system like this before. You've never seen
Yeah.
anything. This is a brand new experience. And I was like, the concept art is a boat. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've all seen a boat.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a really cool concept.
But
I
let
love
me
it.
tell you, I could not be happier because, okay, I'm gonna talk a little smack here. I am really excited. Don't get me wrong about this new Epic Universe park that Universal's doing. But every ride that they announce, it's gonna be the minecart coaster. Well, that, it looks cool, but I don't go on coasters. I can't.
Yep. They all look so intense.
Yeah. Oh, the Epic, the Dark Universe. It's going to be all the monsters. Okay. This one ride, it's like a dark ride. Yeah, but it looks like it's on a mechanical arm or something that flips you around. Oh, we've got this ride that flips you upside down and holds you underwater for a full 8 minutes. We've got every ride they announce is like, am I going on any of this?
Yeah.
Sorry, as someone who doesn't do that stuff,
Yeah.
they're losing me.
Yep.
Disney always makes an effort, and that is one thing I will give them. They always make an effort to like, hey, if we're going all out on something, we'll make it to where there's an option for everybody.
Yep.
Which is great.
Rise of the Resistance. Oh my God, ages 1 to 100
will love
go on that, and they love it. I always think about your mom going through that, and I could
She was
see
like
her reaction,
blown away by it.
But anyway, I know that's going to sound lame to some people, but that is what I'm looking for, is like something that is exciting in a creative way more than it's a roller coaster and it throws you off of a
Cliff.
So the fact that, let me just tell you, so sometimes I feel a little shill. I feel like a shill when I keep sticking up for Disney doing that. It's like Disney doesn't need my defense.
Right.
This giant corporation doesn't need me to whatever. I don't need to do that. But hey, call it what it is. They were just doing boat ride after boat ride, and I'm like,
I'm down. I love a boat.
give me a boat.
It's
We're eating
Slow
good.
boat.
We're
Look
eating
at
good
it
tonight.
and I think that Pirates in Shanghai is still like an exciting kind of
Oh,
thrilling
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's
totally.
It's not like you're just
Yeah.
if it's anything like
something
that.
special, it's something different.
Yeah.
I'll be really interested to see what they're trying to put in there that's like, no, you really genuinely have not seen this before.
Yeah.
Like, this is new. That sounds cool to me.
I'm
and
excited about that. Something that I haven't really heard other people talk about this, but I might have just been under a rock the last week. I was cracking up because then they announced, also for California Adventure, we're getting a Coco ride. They didn't say, by the way, no one knows where this Avatar
Also
ride
right.
is going to go.
No. I think it's going to go in Symbolot, where they showed that new Disneyland Forward stuff.
Yeah, you
that
think
area.
so?
I think that's where it's going to go.
I think it would make sense because they kept saying that building a new land was contingent on getting that passed, the Disneyland Forward expansion. And so it makes me think, you're probably going to have to walk some weird tunnel.
Yeah, it's definitely
to
going to
get
become
there.
it by like Indiana Jones does that. You have to walk like half a mile or a mile or something like that to get
Yeah.
to the Indiana Jones ride building.
Yeah.
But it's all themed and it's like becomes this thing and it's all
I
cool.
think it's going to be that.
I think so
you're
too.
going to go, hey, Way of Water. Maybe you're going to walk through some underwater, or it makes it feel like you're underwater. And then you come out and it's, and you're hearing Ikron above you. And and all the, oh my God, that's going to be here. I'm never going to get work done.
I know.
I'm going to be on
Be that
Pandora
all
all day. You guys are going to see me vanish.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
nothing.
there because Disney's really good at not bulldozing things.
Yes.
They're good at expanding outwards.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have the space, they actually use parking. They use backstage areas. They did that for Galaxy's Edge, everything like that. They took out
RIP barbecue.
they took out some goats and a barbecue restaurant, which I missed the barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
But that's all they took out to build an entire Star Wars land.
Yeah.
And in
except-
Florida, they took out like a ton of actual stuff in the park
Yeah.
to build their Star Wars land.
And that's what's really crazy is, for a park that they always are out of room.
Yeah.
At Disneyland, they find ways to not bulldoze anything.
I know, and they
and
build
then
new
Florida has infinite room, and they just bulldoze everything.
Everything doesn't matter.
Anyway, so we'll see what happens with Pandora. But the Coco ride, that was cracking me up because if you can remember this, do you remember the presentation where they announced all that Epcot stuff? I mean, you remember the Mary Poppins
the
thing?
2019 like
All the stuff that never happened.
yeah.
Heartbreaking.
And they didn't talk about it. But every time they showed the Mexico pavilion on the model, there was always a bunch of Coco stuff on it, which people were like, they're dropping hints. Coco is coming
Coming
to
to
the
the
Mexico
Mexican
pavilion.
Pavilion. They like
in
maybe they'll
Epcot.
reskin that ride or something like that.
That was rumored forever. Never happened. The Epcot redo is officially
Done. Yeah.
They barely got anything out of it, which, by the way, that was cracking me up. They also announced a lounge for Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be
yeah.
a lounge you can go into. That's an old corporate lounge.
Yeah.
It's never been public. So I actually thought that was really cool. You're going to be able to go in there and get a view from the Spaceship Earth lounge and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
But all these people online, the rumor people were like, yeah, they were supposed to like get rid of that lounge and get rid of that building. It was all supposed to be redone in the Spaceship Earth redo, and they gave up on all of it. It's not
Really?
happening. But so they Epcot just lost out. The pandemic just took that all away. But they kept hinting at Coco coming to the Mexico Pavilion. It never happened. And this Coco ride that's going into California Adventure is another boat ride.
Right.
Doesn't that sound like that's what would have been in the Mexico Pavilion?
Yep.
Right.
And they just
Yeah.
they're building it over here.
And they said, "Oh, and it's gonna have he calls out state of the art animatronics,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which is so cool.
That's awesome.
I think this is the ride Epcot was gonna get, and they
Yep.
went, you know what? We're done with Epcot. California Adventure needs more stuff. You want to just do that?
Yep.
So, anyway,
I was just looking because Captain Japan said like, oh, the only boat ride is the Coco ride, just that's boat. And I'm sure the Avatar one was also announced to be a boat ride. So
it was.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's boats
so
in
I'm right.
in the artwork.
Is there any?
So I'm right. Fuck
But
you.
in California Adventure, is there any boat ride now? There isn't.
No.
No,
Other-
just the
Grizzly
rapids.
River,
That's
yeah.
it. It's like a
Yeah,
raft
yeah.
ride.
Yeah.
There's no animatronics or anything.
Yeah. Interesting though. I never considered that.
Yeah.
More boat rides. Give them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so down.
I love
Like,
boat rides. So yeah, the
It's
more
super
the
crazy as
merrier.
well.
I don't know where they'll put Coco though.
It'd be interesting to see if this Avatar boat ride is going to be like more than that, you know? Like some kind of
Critique.
extra kind of experience. What maybe you float up with. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
don't
don't know. Whatever. It sounds cool.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But I do agree. Captain Japan has also been saying like they've kind of cheaped out with Magic Kingdom and Florida in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's.
I think it was bad timing on all that.
Yep.
But the Coco.
Yeah, it's a new. Yeah, you're right. It's a new boat, different boat.
Yeah. But the Coco thing though, it would be cool to me if they made that fit in Pixar Pier, because there's not much there.
Oh my God, Pixar Pier is
And
boring.
there's got to be space.
Yeah.
There's got to be space behind there.
Some people online were showing like, hey, there is
Yeah,
like behind the
you
scenes
can just
there.
look at
Oh,
Google
that'd-
Maps and
that'd be
see
so
what
cute.
space
Yeah.
is there. That I'd like it there. Yeah.
So then, staying in California Adventure, there is Avengers Campus is getting twice as big.
Finally.
Yeah.
They're finally getting that dark ride or the whatever ride that they've been promising forever.
Yeah.
Avengers Infinity Defense, which I don't think that's a great name.
No.
And it's like Infinity Defense. It sounds
Yeah.
like an antivirus. But it's still unclear what kind of ride this is. But the vehicle looks like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
in
it does.
Orlando.
I hope it's more than just a lot.
It
Like
must be
obviously
more.
I hope there's some animatronic stuff in it.
Yeah.
I always get bummed when it's just screens and it's showing you're just on a motion simulator.
Yeah.
I want to wait to ride it. I hate bad mouthing a ride before it hasn't even. It's just some concept art and I hate
Yeah.
already shitting on something because it's not built. I haven't ridden it.
Yeah.
But I really hope it's not just like. Oh, this crazy thing on this screen's going over. Okay, now we're gonna zip you over here. Oh, this crazy thing on this screen, because a lot of those type of ride systems are like that.
Yeah.
Like Transformers, like Spider-Man, like other thing. They're fun, but there's not a lot of animatronic stuff like Rise of Resistance and things like that.
I think they know they have to have something.
They
It's
have
got to
to.
be something more than Spider-Man.
Yeah, but what some of the rumors that I have heard is that it will be like those rides, like Transformers. The ride, like that vehicle is the same.
Yeah.
That it's going to sling you from thing to thing. But what I have heard is that what makes it different is that it might be completely different every time you go on it. Meaning, like they projection map each room.
Yeah.
But like, oh, this time we go on it. Oh, we have to chase King Thanos to get this thing. Okay, and it's that ride. And then another time you go on it, it's like, oh my God, Spider-Man fucked up time and space. We have to
Okay.
go. Like, it might be a
Different.
totally different
That's
map
clever.
That's cool.
experience.
Yeah.
I've heard that, but I don't know if that's true. It would be cool though if there was still some constant animatronics or something
Yeah.
in between.
You know what I'm surprised about? Like that they haven't used the Flight of Passage system anywhere else.
No.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Not at all.
Because that would have been fine.
And it
I would have
seemed like they were
taken that.
going that route.
Yeah.
When they first showed artwork for this, it looked like that.
I would have thought it would
Yeah.
really work. Like, put you in, like, oh, you're an Iron Man. You're in something that makes you feel like you're in
Yeah.
a suit.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
an Iron Man. You can fly around. That would be so sick. I'd
Yeah.
go on that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it really seemed like they were going to go that route.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of. It's funny because I want Avatar Land to be different than Florida, but
Yeah.
I'm also like they keep emphasizing they're not building Flight of
I'm like,
Passage here,
oh.
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
oh, but I did want to go
I
on.
did want to have that
Like, I
did wanna go
right
on.
here.
Bring it back.
But
I
I
know.
guess that makes it special.
Yeah.
It does.
Going over there.
You're not
But
going to cry
man.
every time.
Oh.
But I will.
Then they're also adding a ride called Flight Labs.
Which is something that
I saw that and I went, never going on that.
Nope.
Thank
it's a
you,
ride
turn
system.
it off.
When
Go ahead.
when Epcot had Interventions, they had a ride called like
Right.
Thrill.
Some of all thrills.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's basically that
Yep.
enhanced. It's like now that's on a track, and you get like you're doing a training with Tony Stark
Yep.
and all this stuff, but it's still just going to be a lot of like, ooh, they're gonna make you go crazy.
Yeah.
Like this.
So
Not interesting.
what I thought was really funny was it was like they zoom in on this thing, they go through the map and they're like, oh, here it is. And it's like, oh, yeah, you're sitting facing forwards, moving sideways. I will vomit. Oh, you're turning upside down and
Yeah,
spinning
yeah.
around.
Moving
I will
sideways.
vomit. No,
Yeah.
thank you. Good for other people, not for Rachel.
Yep. No, I'm
Awful. Good that they're getting something else that we didn't know that we were getting.
Yeah, I mean that adding more to the land is
Yeah.
still good.
They really
Yeah,
need
but
to.
yeah, it
So more.
desperately needs it.
Get a pretzel, web sling.
Yeah. Well, they have Deadpool now, so that's good.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Uh,
right.
I might have a hot take. I might have a hot take on Deadpool.
Deadpool in the park or just Deadpool in general?
Yeah, I guess in the park. Whatever. Always been, still is the most annoying Marvel character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually came to like that last movie that came out.
Yeah.
That doesn't really change my opinion.
I haven't seen
on
it, but I
Deadpool.
I got good reviews.
Well, yeah, I kind of
came
enjoyed.
to like it. Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed the movie. I still feel mostly the same on that character, but okay. Their use of him in the parks, I think, has been kind of funny
How he can go around like
But-
because it's their only way they ever let them make fun of stupid shit in the
Yes.
parks.
Yeah.
They never tip their hat like that, but
No.
them having Deadpool in the parks. I mean, on stage during the presentation, he's like, "I'm gonna melt your mind just like the fucking
Yeah,
dragon
the-
that lit on fire."
yeah, or
See-
fixing the Yeti. They mentioned that multiple
like-
times.
They would never poke fun at that otherwise.
So I will concede some of those jokes were funny.
Yeah,
But
at
I
the
could
Parks panel, yeah.
absolutely do without the rest of it. Like I wish it was just any other character.
When he was
You
in
know?
the park, he's been doing a story time thing, and he's first of all he made a grinder joke, which that was unbelievable that
Yeah.
that was in a Disney park. But when Wolverine showed up and he said, "You're telling these kids stories that are outdated and boring," and he's like, "They're not outdated. They're timeless and classic, just like Splash Mountain." You know, and then everybody, you know, made a noise, and he went, "Oh, I'm sorry, too soon." You know, it's like no
Yeah.
character would ever do that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of enjoying his presence in that sense.
Yeah.
Outside of anything park related, no thank you. But I'm giving props. Anyway, but yeah, do add more to the Avengers
Yeah,
campus
we
because
need
there's
it.
not much there.
Yep.
Okay. So they're hopping around again a little bit more. Then out of nowhere, Hollywood Studios in Disney World is getting Monsters Inc. Land. I did not expect that.
I did not expect that either. I am actually excited for that. I like Monsters Inc. And I think it's cool they're making that.
not
I don't
Ripped
want them
over.
to remove. They haven't announced it.
Rip.
Teek's out. Teek's down, dude.
Yeah. Teak out.
Teek out.
Anyway, sorry. TKO.
I'm actually like excited for a new land because they're gonna have like
Yeah.
restaurants. They're gonna have like that Japanese restaurant I think there.
So
that-
someone just talked about that
Harryhausen.
today.
Yeah.
Harryhausen's.
Harryhausen's. They're gonna
The
build
sign
that.
for it is in the artwork.
Yeah. So you'll be able to go to that actual
Suppose-
restaurant. and
They
everything like
said
that.
they said
theme park.
supposedly there will be a monster themed sushi restaurant,
Yep.
which
So-
sounds cool.
That sounds cool.
really does. An
That
octopus
ride
inside.
for me sounds cool.
Yes. Maybe
So-
not
Never
go.
going on that,
No.
but I mean, it being the doors, it's a
Yeah.
door coaster.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was on fan rumor forums in 2007.
Wow.
Like that, I heard. My uncle works at Disney.
Yep.
He says there's going to be a roller coaster. It's like the doors
Yeah.
going through.
Yeah.
Someone brought this up, and it blew my mind, and
What?
it makes sense.
What?
I'm gonna unlock a conspiracy.
Okay.
And you're gonna go, oh, yep, that's
Yeah.
it. There is a theory about Avatar Land and California Adventure. Where's
Mm-hmm.
it gonna go? I think it could be the Disneyland Forward thing, but a lot of people think it's gonna take over the Hollywood corner of the park.
Yeah, I could
That
see
they
that.
can just bulldoze
Oh
that
my
and put
God.
it there.
Yeah.
And right now, Monsters Inc. our terrible Monsters Inc. ride
yeah, is over there.
is over there.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like, this is perfect timing.
Yep.
Bulldoze that.
And then-
Then they get all the Monsters Inc. figures and animatronic, whatever, and they can put those in the
Oh, that's
coaster.
Smart.
And
Yep.
it's done. I think they're going to do that.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I think they're going to
That
do
Monsters Inc. ride is completely whatever.
It is
Yeah.
the most whatever ride.
Yeah, whatever ride. And now that they have added Lightning Lane to it, it's like
It's
if you
fucked up.
don't have Lightning Lane, you're waiting a huge, and it's not a good ride. So why would
Yeah.
you wait a long time for it?
There's certain lines that the merge point or whatever of like regular people in Lightning Lane.
Yeah.
What?
It's not that, it's like maybe it's back here and you don't have to worry about it too much and whatever. Monsters Inc. wasn't built for that. It fucks the whole line.
Yeah.
No one was ever riding that. Why
Exactly.
Is it suddenly choked?
But they added that
They
to the
added that
thing,
and it choked the whole thing up.
because people just pick it. There's
Monsters.
not that much to do in California Adventure.
No.
Yeah.
So they just add it and they flood that lightning lane. And so if you're in the regular line, you're
It's
just
like
waiting
you're-
for them.
Yeah,
That's so
waiting forever.
boring.
It's not, and the ride's not worth it.
No.
No, it's
There's certain rides that, okay, you'll endure it, but that's not one of them.
I mean, it's fine. It's fun. Somebody said, "Oh, it's fun." It is. It's a nice enough ride, but it's not like
It's not
Not
worth
amazing.
you
Yeah.
know, not a door coaster, is it?
But this land, that's going to be cool. However, I was told on the show floor, I'm not going to say who, but I had some people, I know people on the inside, and they were like, man, I keep hearing, this was before the presentation even. They were like, I'm hearing you're getting a Monsters Inc. There's going to be a Monsters Inc. land. There's going to be a Monsters Inc. Attraction,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, really? They were telling me this hours before it happened. They said, but I keep hearing it's gonna replace Muppets.
Yep, I've heard that too.
Muppets 3D. They bet. Listen, I'm not even the biggest Muppet. I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
but I'm not even their biggest cheerleader here. But that was one of the last things Jim Henson worked on.
Yep.
It's an iconic
Oh,
attraction. It should be somewhere.
Yeah. Should be preserved at least one place.
That's a shame.
And this is the last place it's playing, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Japan or anything.
I think it's just there.
Yeah.
However, there's a whole wing of the park in the animation courtyard area. There is jack shit over there.
Nothing.
Just
It's like
do that.
Star Wars launch bay
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
animation. It's like nobody cares about this area.
that park.
So hopefully, that park
Hopefully.
sucks.
Yeah,
It's a
it does.
waste
It
of
really
fucking
does.
time.
If they got rid of, I will say this: if they got rid of the Muppets thing, I would have very little reason to
Yeah,
go there.
I mean, you're not
Yeah.
going to go for Monsters Inc., are you?
I mean, I want to. I definitely,
see
if the land is immersive,
Yeah.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. They have removed so much. There already wasn't that much, but the
No.
stuff that I loved is gone. So I just don't. That would be a blow for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the biggest blow, the biggest controversy
Awful.
is they announced, Cars.
Yeah.
We're gonna put Cars in Magic Kingdom. Okay, where? Frontierland.
Yeah, but
huh?
where?
Yeah.
What? This is well, we're redefining the American frontier. Oh, okay. Where's that going? Frontierland's small, and they didn't say because they were too scared to tell everyone
Yeah.
they're gonna flatten the river.
Yep. Drain it.
Watching that was so funny as well because every other announcement, the crowd are going
Yes.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
But you can tell the whole room was just people that are like, we're dialed in. We know what's going on with Disney. People like us.
Yeah.
And it was like,
Because that was the rumor leading.
Yes,
Silence.
everybody had heard this rumor leading up to
the
it.
conference. There were people on Twitter going, "Hey, y'all are gonna cheer for like cars and stuff coming to the parks," but they are right now talking about bulldozing the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Get ready.
I remember
But-
months before that they
Yes.
said like Cars is going to replace the river.
Yep.
Just watch, and
Yep.
and it did.
but
So.
I would like to just say, it's only Disney World. It's not ours.
Uh,
Sorry.
We could still got a river,
If
but
they took out Rivers of America here, I'd be like, I'm never going.
but they
again.
still have Fort Wilderness.
Stick it.
Yeah.
and that's going.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I will say the last time we went, almost a year ago at this point, Kevin and I explored that area
Loved it.
for so long
We
and
did as
found
well, didn't we,
so
when we
much
went? It was so
amazing
nice.
stuff. Yeah.
cute.
There's
It's
animatronics. There's cool old
Sorry,
animatronics.
Jeffrey.
It really is like there's actually mystery and things to explore there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But it blows my mind that in California they had the discussion, hey, we want to build Galaxy's Edge, but we need room and the river's right here. What do we do? And it was like, you cannot close that.
fucking take
we'll,
my river
we'll
away.
take a little chunk out of it
Yeah.
and make and you know,
'Cause it
bring
was
in the river a
long.
little bit.
And
Like-
I was still devoed by that, but
Yeah,
then when
too.
they
I
brought
was.
it up, I was like, oh, actually, it's quite nice. I
Yeah,
like it.
there was give and take when they tweaked
Yeah.
the river here. You lost a little bit of that wilderness. Like,
Yeah.
damn, we're
Yeah.
out here for a while.
Because there was nothing out there.
Yeah.
And,
Like,
and there was no like narration during that either.
yeah,
yeah, it was really
But
just like music and stuff.
What they replaced it with was actually, oh no, they've actually filled this out. There's like
Yeah.
loads of
Yeah.
interesting
Well,
stuff to look at
there's
now.
like train trestles and
the
like,
train thing is so good.
There's
so
the
cool. It
beaver
looks
that's
great.
about to kill everybody.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is so Disneyland though. Is the train now going over the river and
That's so
and when
nice.
you're in the
That
boat
vista's
and it's
lovely.
right alongside it, it's like, oh, you nailed it.
Yes. So they actually plus the look of it.
Yeah.
It's just
They
a
really
shorter
did. They
experience
improved it,
now.
I think.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good
They-
balance.
Yeah, they shortened it, but it really feels more like a ride.
Yes.
Now.
Yep.
In a way that like there are people who didn't used to go on it that now are like, damn, this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go on.
Yep.
Go on this. There were, but again, I do miss a little bit of that. Wow. We're in Anaheim, but like we're just
Yeah, it's
in the
just
wilderness,
chill.
So
Yeah.
there was give and take. There was
Yep.
give and take. The one in Florida is like truly like it was one of the last things where you could go and be on a quiet thing for
Yeah.
a long time.
It was really
And-
cool.
And that above all else, like, okay, that would be sad to get rid of that. Okay, whatever. What has killed me? I'm gonna now. This is the most venomous I'm gonna get in this whole thing. I have seen so many people over this last week. So many people with this shitty response when people are like sad about the river going.
Yeah.
That do this thing, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna make you sound. I'm gonna generalize everyone, but. When was the last time that you did Tom Sawyer Island? When was the last time you actually went on the steamboat? When was hey, it doesn't fucking matter if I've never gone on those things.
Yeah.
Them being there is a plus to the topography of a theme park
Yeah.
or whatever, the river, these are all things that benefit the land at all.
Benefit the
them
theming.
existing makes it a richer park.
Yes.
Even if you never go on the boat, you never go on the island.
Yep.
These are Walt's Park. The whole concept that he came up with is there is a castle and every land that's the future. That's the frontier. That's
Yeah.
whatever. And when you look over at Frontierland, Adventureland, in the general area, there's a body of water.
It's the
There's
Wild
it's
West.
it's just it enriches everything
Yep.
that exists around it. To flatten that for more so are we just doing concrete lots full of rides?
Right.
That's what we're doing?
Walt's vision was not, here's all the IP that we've ever created.
Yeah, sure. There was some, I'm sure. Yeah,
But not-
whatever.
I mean, back in the day, no. And it's like,
Fantasyland had a few movies,
but,
whatever.
Like, it was
yeah.
only
But it wasn't
there,
the same.
really.
It wasn't the same.
And it just feels very hollow. And it's also weirdly all Pixar at this moment as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Like I've seen people in the chat saying, "Is Cars still a viable IP for shoving into?"
Yeah.
Is it?
I
Have they
mean-
made a new Cars movie since 20?
No, but I think they
No?
sell so much Cars merch
I
They-
guess,
they
but
do.
it's
that
like-
they need to. They just saw that. They're like,
and that's valid. Make the Cars thing, but you have land.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could do it.
You could
There's
do it.
so much land. It's
But-
and
Florida.
even just like shorten your Rivers of America like
Yeah.
you did here.
Yes.
Like you don't need to get rid of the whole
bulldoze
thing.
it all. Maybe they're looking because I was wondering because I think last time we went to D23 and they did this panel, they were like, what about Zootopia?
Yeah.
Waiting for a response
Yeah.
from the audience. I wonder whether, because I could almost see the sweat beading on that one
Yeah.
dude's face,
Yeah, yeah,
where it
yeah.
was like, oh,
Yep.
they didn't cheer. Oh, they
Yeah.
didn't say anything. Oh God, it's bad. It's quiet.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they were waiting for that response at
Yeah.
the part at the panel, so that people they'd be like, oh shit, okay, maybe we dial this back. Maybe we just change, do something different
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because. Those are the people that are going to spend the most. Well, maybe not spend the most money at the park,
Sure.
but those are the people that want to go the most. So to take that away,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I think.
untested
I think
shit.
at the end of the day, I think they're a little nervous. With Disney's in a weird spot. Their movies
Yeah.
kind of weren't all. I mean, now they've had a few hits, but
Yeah.
recently we're kind of not hitting and
Yep.
all that stuff. And then with Universal building their stuff, I think they were like, "Hey, we got the data. Cars Land kills.
Yeah. Hey,
Just build it."
legitimately,
Build another one.
but
Radiator
it's not going to be
Springs.
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
It's
Radiator
not-
Springs.
Well, they can't
but
build
I
the
still
same
think
thing.
it will tap into the
Yeah.
same.
But
you know,
Yeah,
I
probably.
absolutely love Radiator Springs here.
yeah,
I do
Love it.
too.
yeah.
I love
it's
the
like-
ride, Radiator Springs Racers. I like
Of
the
course.
the street. I like everything about
I
Radiator
even like the
Springs
little
here.
dancing cars. It's very
So-
cute.
Yes, me too.
But what makes that special is that you turn that corner and you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, the movie.
Yeah.
I'm in it. You can't do that if you're not building Radiator Springs
Yeah,
there. If they
but-
were like, oh, it's in the wilderness.
But I
So,
do, it does seem like though that there is some kind of goal here.
Yeah.
With every time they show artwork of this Cars thing, there is a lot of nature,
Which-
It's a nature
big
ride.
mountains,
Yeah.
things
They
like that.
could use that whole section when
Yeah.
they're on a little drive and it's like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
so sweet. That would be cool.
Yeah,
I think it's
But
a lot of
I
that.
don't think it's worth getting rid of your river.
No.
yeah,
No,
I
no, no.
agree.
Put a mountain in it.
And update on that is just today. I don't know if you've seen this. A lot of the rumor mill people who are always posting things they've heard, things on the inside,
Yeah.
leaks and whatever, are saying there is a lot of internal discussion right now because supposedly they did not anticipate the amount of backlash that they have been getting over the last week.
Over the,
which
Yeah.
how would you not know
Yeah,
that?
I mean, exactly.
It's Disney people.
They hit it from the presentation, so you knew there was some.
Yeah.
But supposedly it is at a level that no one expected.
Yeah.
Where it is like, oh, maybe we need to revisit that. Now they still haven't outright said, let's all say bye to the rivers of
Yeah,
America.
yeah.
Let's say goodbye. But all the artwork they show, it is in place of it.
It
So
does
It's not
look
there.
like it, yeah.
they could still
I think
plans can change.
I think they'll walk back on it because if they can walk back on
yeah.
the fucking Mary Poppins ride, walk back anything
Yeah.
else, you bastards.
Yeah.
Change your mind about cars and just bring us Mary Poppins.
But one thing is, legitimately, I'm super excited for the ride. I just don't want them to get
Yeah.
rid of the thing.
Yes.
The ride looks awesome.
I agree. I hope they find a way to do both.
Like
Yeah,
it's
I'd like
it's
to
an
see it.
outdoors cars ride.
Yeah.
Could be trackless. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I am so stoked for that. I just don't want it to remove the rivers.
Someone pointed out in the artwork, and I hadn't noticed this. I was watching, some guy was like showing the artwork on
Yeah.
YouTube or whatever, and I was so frosted over by the river stuff that I
Yeah.
wasn't really paying attention to the cars. I was like, oh, okay, cool, but what is it,
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, look at this artwork. They're in an SUV, and they said, look at the mountain behind them. There's these vehicles are going up this mountain.
What?
They are going like steep
Yeah, yeah.
up the
That's
thing,
cool.
and then they are coming down on the other side. So they are like,
Ooh.
shit, this is gonna be like, going up
Yeah,
the
I'm-
SUV like
Right.
and down the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm not bummed they're making a cars ride. I just
No.
like
No.
I'm
I
so
love
excited
cars.
for it. I
Yes.
just don't want the other thing. I
I
don't want to get
wonder
rid of the thing.
because
Yeah.
they did announce two things. They also were like, and for our little guests, some bullshit with cars in it, little cars. And I think they might just be like, no one give a fuck about that. Just build half of it,
Yeah.
move that, and we'll keep the river. Hopefully, that's what they'll
I'm
do.
hoping. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
Get rid of that. Who cares?
Shorten the river again, just like our river. It's
Yeah.
like Tom Sawyer Island, this bridge to Fort Wilderness, and then a ton of just inaccessible area that's still the island. And we just lost that on
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
thing because you can't. There's nothing on it,
Yeah.
so just shorten it. And it's like just do that over there.
I will say, I have also heard rumors. There is someone who is claiming behind the scenes. They were like, "Hey, behind the scenes, there has been a problem with the body of water that's like connected to, and it has been a constant source of whatever that they need to close this.
Oh,
and,
really?
And this is their excuse to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, bears
who
show
knows?
up. Bears show up apparently. So
That's true.
maybe get rid of all that wilderness, put a ride in.
We were there during the bear
Bear
Gate.
Bear Gate. Man, that was the most busy day of Magic Kingdom I've ever seen. I was like, did we come on the wrong day? Oh my
Nope,
god!
half the park was closed.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, they closed it because there's a bear loose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had
It
so
opened
many.
up later.
I had so many people message me. "Oh, you're there right now? Yeah. Do you see the bear? Is it
Do you
cute?
see it?
I'm like, what?
It's not going through like it never got close to any person ever.
Why do
So-
you keep being there when there's tragedies going on? I think that's the funniest thing. You like walked past and then went, oh, why is there many people walking so quickly this way? Oh, the dragon's burning down. Okay.
Oh
yeah, yeah.
That was insane. You were right there.
Oh yeah, I was checking Twitter while crowds were walking against me.
Yeah, and you're
Get
like,
out of
what
my
the fuck?
way, God! Why is everyone saying
Don't
the
go that
dragon
way.
is messed up? Holy fuck!
Look
Oh
up.
my God! Oh, because I was like feeling heat.
Yeah.
I was like by Indiana Jones and I was feeling hot, and I'm like, what's going on? Dude, that was crazy. Anyway,
That's insane.
so I hope the Cars thing and the Frontierland it is also, it's weird. I just, last thing on the Cars thing.
This is the biggest announcement of the whole thing.
Yeah,
So it's understandable.
It is weird that it's in Frontierland. My gut is saying, yeah, that's weird. At the same time, I also recognize they're not really building stuff anymore that is the American frontier,
Yeah.
the white man taking over, building a fort and taking I know they're not building that stuff anymore. So if you're going to continue putting stuff in a Frontierland, you do kind of redefine what that means. And they said it would be exploring the American frontier, but in a more modern way.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still like all the old-fashioned, old-timey stuff. So, you know, for it to not be that, I'm like, oh, but okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I get what you're saying. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents on that. And then the last thing was then at the end they pulled an Apple One More Thing.
Oh yeah.
One more evil thing. Villains Land in Magic Kingdom.
Bum, bum.
People have been hearing about this forever.
They have to do that.
They have to do this, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's a
So-
cool idea.
I think that's the coolest thing they announced. Now this is everything. Okay, everything they build is everything Disney builds is IP. Everything they build is a franchise or whatever. Okay, yeah, but this is how you get creative with it. This isn't just based on one
Yeah.
movie. This is it's Disney IP. It's Disney characters,
Yeah.
but in a way we have not seen where it's like its own land. But you'll see all these different villains and all these. I'm just like, yeah, they should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it. Just like all the gnarled,
Yeah.
gross parts
I
of
love-
Disney movies.
I love the
think
idea of
that's really
having
cool.
a scary area.
Yes.
Because every ride that kind of had a scary moment or something, they don't really do that as much anymore.
No.
They have been making a big effort to de-scary.
Yeah, and
These
adding
guys
a
is
scary
A lot of things.
area
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
awesome to me.
Really
yeah,
cool.
because you don't have to go there.
Yeah,
But
you don't have to look.
it really is interesting, though, to your point with like the Tiana ride and stuff like
Yeah.
that, how they really play it like it's just like a Fantasyland ride. They don't talk the drop,
Yeah,
the whatever.
they
They
don't-
don't play any of that up. It's
No.
all just they really have tried to suck out kind of the scary aspect of
Yep.
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's like
Captain
Snow White
EO will
Scary
be there.
Adventures is gone. Now it's just Snow White Enchanted Wish.
Yeah.
The biggest villain of all, Captain EO.
Oh, hey, speaking of Captain EO, I got a crazy thing on that.
Oh, is it? I think I know what it is.
Okay, so people at home, tell me if you've seen this. this is crazy. So I was at D23. Oh, hey, we got a new trailer. There's a new Star Wars streaming show coming out end of this year called Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
And it's meant to be like very kind of almost Goonies-esque. It's like kids who live in which was weird to see. They showed footage and it's almost like a suburban neighborhood. Like it actually looks like the suburbs, but it's in Star Wars. That was very weird. It's like people with like front lawns and stuff. I'm like, this is in Star Wars?
Yeah.
At the same time, people were really dogging on it. Like, this is how creative you could get, and this is what you go with.
Yeah.
They're like living in houses with front lawns.
Yeah.
It looks like they're riding bike. It looks like E.T. kind of shit.
Okay.
That they live in a neighborhood. However, I went to bed that night and I was like, that is shit George Lucas would have done. The guy had Obi-Wan bring a Camino dart to a Denny's in space. He goes to a diner,
Like a 50s
like an
diner.
American diner in space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff he would have done.
Yep.
But anyway, in the trailer, someone has all these creatures captured, and one of them is Fuzzball,
Yep.
the little
The little butterfly weasel thing.
from
shit.
it,
From
and it
Captain
actually
EO.
is.
It is. It's straight up that
It
character.
looks like it is that.
Yeah, it's got to
Wow.
be.
No,
That's
this
cool.
is where it gets interesting. I'm like, isn't this the show that had a bunch of kids and a creature? And I remember thinking when I saw the poster a year ago, I'm like, damn, they got a little Hooter looking creature. Wait a second.
Oh my god.
It
I
looks like
remember
Hooter
that. Yeah.
from Captain EO, the little
Cool.
elephant guy. I got to show you something fucking crazy. It's going to take me a minute. So
Michael Jackson is in it too.
Resurrected.
Okay.
Think of some cool stuff to say.
Cool stuff. What's the show called? I can't remember.
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton.
Skeleton
Crew.
Crew. They need more Star Wars shows. I don't think there's not enough of them. There's only like what? One,
Oh,
two.
The Ahsoka.
Oh yeah. What about
Oh no, what just aired? The Acolyte.
Acolyte.
I
Okay.
no clue.
Okay, so they had a
Grogu
display.
just needs its own show.
All right, enough. I'm back. Okay, they had a display at D23 Expo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, take a picture with characters from Skeleton Crew. There's going to be a ragtag band of creatures. Okay, so there's a three-eyed. No, what
it's
the
gone.
fuck are you? That's
That's
it's
not-
showing how to check my prostate. I don't.
That wasn't the thing you
No,
wanted
this
to
is
show.
prostate
This
news.
is the prostate news.
Why are you showing prostate news?
Okay. Like the werewolf guy, Reese, I believe is his name. This three-eyed man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hondo Onaka looking dude and a
Mm-hmm.
robot. Okay. And like a really decrepit looking broken up robot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look a little closer here. And he's only on one leg and the other one's kind of a peg leg.
The dude had a peg leg in it.
No.
I forgot what his name
Where
was.
have we seen that before? It's almost like the parts are the same as Major Domo
Major Domo. That's
from
it.
Captain EO.
Yep.
Guys, there are multiple Captain EO. Like
What?
The EOverse is entering
we are,
Star Wars.
we might be looking at a Captain EO origin story.
Oh my
Where
god.
is this coming from?
Worlds collide.
I did not care about this Star Wars thing. I was like, it's going to be like Stranger Things with Star
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. But every new preview has another
Captain EO.
EO fragment. I think Michael Jackson's alive and he's going to show up in the last episode. Can you imagine that? There's a Sith Lord that has taken over the thing and we don't know what to do. What are we going to do? No one can stop him. The Jedi are all dead. What are we going to do? I happen to know a ragtag band with a special captain who he's going to know how to handle the Sith Lord. And you're in that elevator, right? And then they're going to go, the Sith Lord's not going to be able to, well, he can fight off a lightsaber, but can he fight off this? Bam!
They're gonna drum us out of the car.
We're on a mission, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to happen.
Yep.
So good.
It's going to happen. We are here to. If they did that shit, Return of the Jedi dethroned. Empire Strikes Back dethroned. Last Jedi. All of the movies. down to the bottom of the list. That would be the greatest Star Wars media ever made if they brought the
Michael
EO
Jackson
shit.
back.
Who played the like demony moth woman in
Angelica
EO?
Houston.
Oh, Angelica Houston, yeah.
Angelica Houston.
Oh my
alive.
god! If she was the oh no! If they reveal like there's the worst Sith Lord ever, and it's her and she's suspended.
The Queen, like,
You think me a Sith Lord? Oh my god!
I
that
feel like they would
be-
use that. They could definitely.
They could
do
totally
that.
if all these
100%.
other things are in it. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't that be in it?
Exactly.
If there's a two-headed geek alien,
Oh,
then it's done deal.
That's
I mean,
it.
like, yeah. Now maybe it
You
won't
got
be
the
Michael
whole-
Jackson. Maybe it won't be.
Yeah.
I think he's dead, and also
Yeah.
he's got a little record.
little
there.
record.
But they're gonna allude to it. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it's
They're
gonna
like,
be-
there's a captain who can take care of all this.
Captain Prio.
Pretty cool. Captain Prio. They're gonna dude, that fucking commander.
Oh
You're gonna see like that Zordon looking motherfucker. He's gonna
Yeah.
be like, I know. Oh.
What's going on?
Yes, Mr. Skywalker. You don't know what to do about this? I think I know a captain that does. You know, oh my God. It's going to be amazing. So anyway, that actually got me excited. I don't know what's going on in this show.
That's
But
cool.
That's cool.
now I got to know more.
Yeah, that's
or
super
or it
intriguing.
could be just they're huge Captain EO fans. And
But why would you do it for 5 different characters?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
too
I don't know.
much.
I don't know.
It's one thing to do a nod, but like we're seeing the creatures. Like they're all in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
They might just love those creatures, though, innit?
I don't want
Yeah,
that
what
though.
if
It
it's
has
Janet
to.
Jackson as
that.
EO?
I would love that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Janet
Oh,
Jackson.
Shit,
Janet
that
Jackson's
would be
great.
so
Can you
sick.
believe it? Wouldn't it be crazy? Like, and it's like a fallen hero arc. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's Queen EO or something.
Yeah,
Like,
No.
she's Captain BO. That is not good. That's not good. Captain JO. That's also not good. Shit. There's nothing that works. But
We gotta
Captain
get
Janet.
these crystals to glow.
Captain Janet.
Yeah.
Like Captain Planet.
Like what?
Like Captain Planet.
Yeah. Captain Janet, she's a hero. Gonna take her career back from zero after Justin Timberlake wrecked it. She's gonna kick him up his rectum. So that's what I was gonna say is like she plays like a hero, and it's like a fallen arc story, like a fallen hero story where she's like long ago in another sector. I thought I performed this same song, but with one of this planet's greatest heroes, but he removed part of my costume. And then I couldn't show my face. They wouldn't let me on. They wouldn't let me perform ever again. You know what I mean? Like she plays it like a tragic
Yeah,
thing
yeah, yeah.
happened, and then it's how she gets out of that, and it could be a redemption arc. Oh my God. Now I'm joking about that, but legitimately, if Janet Jackson showed up in this
That would be
and recruited all
so-
those people, that would be like the greatest thing I've ever
That would
seen.
be
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
Oh my God. And
Yeah.
I think people would be like actually receptive to that.
Right?
I think
She
so,
didn't
too.
do that shit.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Just talking, just being real. I think people actually really do feel bad for Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
She kind of lost the spotlight for a
Hey,
minute
she was
there.
the reason YouTube was invented. So
Yeah.
Janet was?
that whole
Oh,
thing, that clip was like, wouldn't it be great if we could share that clip?
We need an
with
easier
each
way to
other?
share
Wouldn't
this.
it
Create
be
YouTube.
nice to be able to see this really easily.
For some reason, I was so
I
gullible.
know.
I was so gullible. I thought it was like dude, she went to
Janet
she went to
invented
Google and
YouTube.
said, I want a video player. I need that.
People need to see my tit.
Isn't that crazy though? How much I felt like there was more and more. We're on another subject now, but there was so much media getting edgier and edgier in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
and then that Janet Jackson thing happened, and it was like, up. Never mind. Nope. Clean it all up. And then I feel like we went through this era of like clean up. Everything's got to be clean.
Yep.
It was like that. Like kicked up a whole group started popping off because of that. I remember at the time that they were airing the new Ren and Stimpy, and there was like just nudity in it, or
Yeah.
there was going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they were just like, oh, this character's just naked, and then that Super Bowl thing happened, and it was like, we can't air any of these. We're done. We
Yep.
can't ever.
Yeah.
Things were pushing the envelope, and then it was like, nope, we got to go back to the 50s. There was still plenty of edgy stuff in the early 2000s, but
Quite a lot.
anyway, but yeah, that was kind of amazing. I hope the Star Wars thing. Hope it
Yeah.
pans out.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew, it better. If you're EO baiting me, I'm done with Star Wars. I won't even
Right.
walk into Galaxy's Edge. Or I will, and I'll wear all Michael Jackson stuff. I'll be like, now what? Deal with me now. Now what? So that'll look cool.
Well, they sold the gloves in the park at one point. And we wore them all over the place.
Dead.
Yeah, remember that? They sold the glove in the park.
Yeah.
Things that would never happen
Yep.
today. Even it's never.
Nope.
Anyway. But man, isn't it funny? There was one moment they had all EO merch
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
it was
Tomorrowland
so
And they had
cool.
gloves. They weren't
I'm-
branded EO gloves, but
I'm so glad that I came in 2013 when
Yeah.
kids were still there.
Still there.
I'm so glad that I got to experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still love that little movie.
Yep.
Anyway,
So that was basically all the announcements.
that was all the announcements.
I thought that was much better than last event's
Yeah.
D23s.
Yeah.
Where they just alluded to it. And I loved how they started this saying like, hey, these aren't blue sky things. These are
Yeah.
actually things that we're building.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like before they even made an announcement.
That was smart.
Because they're like, they knew they fucked up last
Yeah.
time by just kind of going,
It's
oh, this
almost
might
like
be,
saying,
we might
"We're
do this.
sorry."
It's like,
Yeah.
no, we have to announce stuff we're actually going to build.
Yeah.
Yeah. And part of me thinks they still are kind of dancing around that. Like, oh, yeah, we're actually going to do this. But it's like, villains like, I don't know when.
Yeah.
They're not giving dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Coco ride. Yeah, we're going to start digging in
Right.
2026.
They
But it's all in
did
development.
say, like at the very end, really quick, that for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
this is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think,
Which is great.
I
That's
think we're
awesome.
getting this stuff within the next 5
Right.
years.
Yeah.
That's a long time, but also that'll go by pretty quick.
I will say, though, too, whether you like all the announcements or you don't, or, again, I always have the complaint of like, I wish it wasn't all IP. I wish it wasn't all whatever. Of course, I wish there was original stuff. Although I do think a lot of the artists at Disney take those IP opportunities to, we're going to do our own original thing, but it's
Yeah.
just going to be, it's Avatar. Great.
Because
but
that gets the funding of
Yeah.
just like, hey, we're going to build this cool ride,
Yeah.
but we're going to throw this IP in
it's
it.
like Todd Phillips making Joker.
Yeah.
He keeps saying in every interview, "Oh, this isn't the Joker Batman fights. This isn't it's some other Joker." And it's like, so you got all the DC money, and you're but it's an original character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you found your way to do your thing, but being paid by the
Yeah.
big company to, you know what I mean? And I do feel like there's moments of that in the Disney parks and stuff like that. But regardless of that, whatever, this is the most development we've seen. Like. We remember going to, we got Indiana Jones in Disneyland, and then we went 20 more years, and it was
Yeah.
just, the parks are just the way they
Yeah.
are.
That was it.
It is crazy that now you go to these things, and it's like, they just announced 10 new rides.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? You just never saw that before.
Yeah.
This really feels like the early 90s when they were like, hey, we're going to build this and this and this and this and this. It felt like a very crazy time.
Yeah.
And it feels like, wow, we're in the middle of that again. It's kind of interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
That also gives me the kind of hope that maybe there will be a time where they're not constantly trying to shove new stuff down people's throats.
Yeah.
Because I do like the idea of just being like, yeah, I'm super excited for a bunch of new stuff. Just
Yeah.
leave it alone for a bit.
Yeah.
Just let
Yeah.
people enjoy what's there for
Yeah.
a little while. You know?
Yeah, totally. And I will say too, I get why all of it, like they have all these properties and they want to use them.
Yeah.
I get that, but it still is, I will say at the end of the day, it still is a little deranged to me that they are right now celebrating the Haunted Mansion's 55th anniversary and more merch than you've ever seen. There is, by the way, I've been fighting ordering this.
What?
Because I just buy too much crap, and especially after D23,
Yeah.
with the thing. But like they put out, it is the most. I know how this sounds. I know. They put out a very Rocco coded outfit on their
Okay.
website where it is Haunted Mansion gargoyle. It's like
Oh.
velvet Haunted Mansion gargoyles on a green sweatshirt and green pants. It looks like you're both haunted, but also maybe an Italian trying to get money from someone. You know what I mean? It looks like something Polly Walnuts would wear on the Haunted Mansion. It's a whole like track outfit.
Let me tell you about Doom Buggy.
Yeah. No. There's always my way.
Back haunted.
You hear me, Tone?
Yeah. Tone. He came back haunted. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm fighting ordering this.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is a machine how much Haunted Mansion stuff they put out. And that's an original ride. The story, that's the one thing that I will say I'm bummed about is we're getting rides that tell the movie's stories, but they don't let the rides tell their own story.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of, again, you get moments of that. I think Galaxy's Edge, they're not, it's all using the characters of Star Wars, but I feel like the attractions and all that stuff it's almost like their own, it's its own movie. It's its own Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Story.
You know, so there's moments of that, and that's cool. But I do, you know, just on the eve of Haunted Mansion and how much they're celebrating it, and I'm just like, that was just an attraction so original that blew everyone's mind. You can't do that again.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yep.
Okay, all
And
right.
also,
A little bit crazy to me, but I don't know.
the whole year basically is going to be just Nightmare Before Christmas. Version,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It just opened
opening-
up, and it's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Until next
and it's like
year.
that. It's the 55th anniversary this
Yeah.
year, and
Well-
you're just going to shove Nightmare Before Christmas.
And that sucks, but you know, whatever. They're in the middle of construction, and that. So okay, I'll give them that. But
think it's funny.
I wish they would have converted it at the beginning of the year and just left it
Yeah.
the normal Haunted Mansion.
I know. I will say the one thing I didn't get, but I wanted to at D23 was
Oh.
a Haunted Mansion thing. But I was like, I'm already getting the Star Speeder. I don't want to buy both of these.
Yes.
But they came out with a little statue of Madame Leota's crystal ball. But it is the face is projection just like the ride.
What?
So you hit a button and she says her spiel in a projected face in the thing.
Yes,
You didn't tell me about that.
dude.
It's
God damn it.
$200.
It was $200, but
And it's like
But
I
it
can't
was
get
the
the
full
star
projection. I
full
mean-
projection,
that's
and you can
cool.
swap the face out because if you're not doing projection, it is a just blank kind of screen face that doesn't have any features because it's it was projected on. But if you wanted it to look good on your shelf, they gave you another face to put in it that was her face, so
That's
you could just have it be on
cool.
display.
I was only I did resist that, and
shit.
it kills me. They it sold out at the con.
Yep.
They did put it up on the website, and it didn't sell out. It was up, and I was like, "This is so cool," and now it's gone.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine they wouldn't sell that in the park.
If it comes to the park, maybe
they might get you.
I'll
You
get
get
it.
that
Yeah.
discount.
you get the discount again and stuff like that. But I just couldn't do that with the Star Speeder and that at the same time.
$200 when you're already spending a lot on
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
So I was only going to get the Star Speeder too. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm done. I can't get anything else. And then I'm walking by. I'm like, oh my god, they have so much Mr. Toad stuff. It's the anniversary of that too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that statue. It's Mr. Toad driving through the wall. I'm talking crashing through the wall like Paul Walker shit.
Yeah, it's just
like drifting through that. I'm like, that's so cool. Can't do it. It's expensive. Already got a thing. Can't do it. But man, that statue's cool. Then there was a person working there that went, I'm sorry, did you just call it a statue? And I said, yeah, that's a really cool statue. Oh, that's not a statue. You didn't know? Do you know what it is? I'm like, no. It's wall art. What? The whole back of it is flat and it has a mounting thing. And so it's like you put it on the wall, he's bursting out of the wall. Yeah, give it to me. Just give it to me.
He's like
Just give it to me.
Kool-Aid Manning, like out of your whatever wall you want.
that's sick.
It's in the other room. I'll show you.
Oh
after
my god,
this.
please.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, what the hell?
So a lot of cool merch at
Yeah, it's
D23.
almost like spending $450 on a Nest light gun at Anime Expo. It's weird.
Damn, you got called out, dude.
I did.
Is that public?
No, I got the
got
okay
doxxed.
about that one.
Oh, okay. Anyway. They had a lot of Mary Poppins. They had a whole Mary Poppins collection.
Yeah.
I was frantically messaging you
I know,
because
and I
just in
appreciate
case
it.
I was like, all right, I know a Poppins freak.
Yeah.
she's got to know. Okay, they got the penguins.
I
They got.
know. They were cute.
I did think it was cute. They had the penguins with the tray. Just as a Roger Rabbit fan, I
Yep.
like that
Yep.
because they're in that. But those are in the parks now. Those are like.
Oh, you can buy those at the
Yeah,
parks.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a consideration for me, but I don't know. We've got a small space that we are sharing, and
Yeah.
it's not a lot. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm-
like concerned. Where's that speeder bumper going to go? I don't know.
Speeder bumper.
We'll put it somewhere one day.
I mean, you know.
Just copy.
What I
We'll
started
just
doing,
smash
like
it
at
now.
my place, I don't when I'm asleep, I'm not really using every part of the bed. So, you know, like the foot of it, or like
Yeah.
I just got used to
I mean-
basically like, oh, my pillow took up so much room.
I mean, there's a whole side of the bed I could just fill with toys and stuff like that.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
at basically.
Yep, so-
That's where I'm kind of at right now. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, so they had some cool stuff. But that Haunted Mansion thing that haunts me.
Yeah.
Because it was so cool.
So cool. If it pops up into the park in the future, maybe. But
Yeah.
as of right now, I couldn't get it online or at the,
No.
Yeah.
at the D23.
Jimmy is asking any Tron merch for the Tron Ares announcement. Not Tron Ares merch, the new movie.
But they will make
but
that
they had
merch.
this. This was the one thing I got. It was
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Imagineering store that they brought to the thing, which actually I want to say something about that. This is like a crew shirt for the Light Cycle ride, and it has like a little image of it at Magic Kingdom on the back.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I wanted. Everything else was like Sorcerer Mickey, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Don't
you
even
get that anytime. However, one thing that I thought was cool, they had all the stationery that you get at the Imagineering headquarters. So like pens, all kinds of stationery that just has Walt Disney Imagineering logo on it. I'm like, that is awesome. I want that for my office. Great. I got all the stationery, pens, pencils, paper, all that stuff. I got that and this shirt. I brought it to the register. The woman rang up the shirt. Oh, dang, and all this stuff too. All this stationery. What? I think you're going to probably be animating your own Disney movie. Geez, look at all this stuff. Yeah. Oh, you're going to be doing you're going to be Imagineering your taxes with all this stuff. Yeah. You're going to be. She keeps making jokes, and I'm like, you gonna ring these up or what? I'm just surprised at all that. Damn. Oh, and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. 30. Okay. Still haven't rang these up. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. And these pens. Don't forget to sign some autographs on the way out here. She made jokes the entire time about the stationery. Rang up the shirt. I paid for the shirt and took all the stationery and I walked out. I'm like, I presented these 10 times. You didn't ring them up.
Yeah.
So I robbed Disney on all of it. I did not pay for any of the. So if you ever use any of my stationery, you see Imagineering pens,
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's all
Stolen goods.
all robbed.
Okay.
I
That's
kept
really
like, yeah, here.
Jesus Christ.
Here you go.
And she kept,
Here you go.
okay, here. Well, what if you, I'm just leaving. All right, I'm leaving. And I got all the stuff for free. So.
I don't know if I'm weird, but like, I don't really want someone to make fun of me for all the shit I'm buying.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like,
It was already annoying, but then it was
I'm
like,
oh, you're making me feel bad?
but see, do you see how easy it was then to walk away? I was like, normally I would be like, well, I'm not going to take all this stuff. But I was like, you're still not ringing this up and you're still making fun of me, so I'm just going to leave. Oh, I have all this free stuff now. So sorry. I apologize to the
Oops.
Disney company. I didn't mean to do that.
Somebody asked if there was any cool bed knobs and broomsticks merch.
No.
Oh, they
When are we
killed
gonna
it.
get that?
Razer, the technology company, has a whole Bed Knobs and Broomsticks themed keyboard, mouse, headphones. They had a like a vape. Like, okay, here's a bed. What do you want, bed knob or broomstick? Oh, that's broomstick. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know how to vape.
I don't know how to vape either.
That was bad.
Dude. You got that Angela Lansbury.
You got that
shit.
Angela Lansbury piss.
Oh, murder she wrote. Ooh, Angela Lansbury piss. What?
Because you always see the alien piss.
Yeah, they do have alien.
They have
piss.
weird, like almost like '90s jerky style names for things, like alien
Yeah.
piss.
Yeah.
Here's like I
Oh, wait,
just
you'll
see alien.
suck down
Sweat.
that alien piss.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna say something here, and this might be controversial.
But
We had a whole plan here to do the split show between D23 and Universal.
God.
I
Yeah.
feel like we went 2.5 hours and didn't get to Universal, and maybe that should be its own episode.
we could probably
we
do
can say
it.
real quick. What do you think? What's
It's really just the tour that's changed.
we just say it real quick.
I think we could get through it pretty quick
just quick,
because
yeah.
only a few things have changed, and there was just a couple things that were new that they don't do anymore. So I think we can get through it pretty quick.
All it was, yeah.
About another 2 hours.
They did the
of stuff.
60th anniversary. I have so many props, and I brought none of it. I got the tram
Yes,
bucket.
you did
Oh,
with
yeah.
Woody Woodpecker in it.
I didn't bring any of that.
It plays
Just
sounds
bring-
and stuff.
okay, just talk
Oh,
about
it's still here.
Start talking about the tour.
The tour?
Or whatever.
It's the 60th anniversary of just the tour. It's not the whole park. The park's been around for much longer. But the tour is just a classic part of Universal. So they're doing the 60th anniversary. They've redone everything for it. They've spruced everything up. But I think it's really cool. I don't need to go on it all the I'm not bummed that it's not 60th anymore.
It's the same.
It's the same
apart
thing
from one bit,
with some added
basically.
bonuses.
Little bit of
but
added information.
it also spruced up a couple other things.
Yes, it
and Rocco's getting it right now. but the merch game
Oh,
for
yeah.
this thing was top notch.
But then they suckered me at one point, and I
Yeah.
Here's the tram. Look at that.
Oh, it's happening.
This is the toad. This is the
More.
toad.
Stop.
This is toad. This is the toad thing that I got.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
You see what I'm saying?
That's
he's
so
like
cool.
bursting out.
Oh my god, look at him! That's so cool. I love it.
Did you hear this?
Oh.
See,
Wow.
it's Woody Woodpecker, dude.
Wow.
My misophonia. Stop.
And he
Okay.
moves too. If you can see him, he's
I don't
driving.
know.
He's
See,
driving around in
I
there.
wish
Where's
I
him
could
at the
stand this
table?
up, though. I don't know. Maybe it has a stand that I don't know about. He just has to lay on his back for right now. Anyway, yeah. So I was kind of surprised they put Woody Woodpecker
Yeah.
in there. I thought maybe it could be like E.T. or
Just
Alfred
anything
Hitchcock.
Else. Literally
It
anything.
Like you
should've
hit
been
the button, he'd be
Alfred.
like, "Hello."
It's me,
I'm
Alfred
Alfred.
Hitchcock. Instead, it's just this.
Thank you. I didn't know. I was rolling this around, and then Kevin was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. He moves." I'm like, "He what?"
Excuse me.
When you roll him around, he is turning the steering wheel.
And like waving.
He's like waving. Dude, this thing, it's multi-featured. And what's
so
great is we didn't go until we tried to go all summer for this anniversary
yeah, but
tour
again,
stuff.
super busy July, so
Yeah.
we couldn't really do it.
But what's great is we didn't go until last week, and then by that point, all this stuff was on sale.
Yeah.
It was all.
This is
they
like half price.
Yeah, that was all like $20, just take it.
And it still comes
all right.
with popcorn,
Yeah, you
unlimited
still can
popcorn
get
refills.
unlimited popcorn.
Unlimited popcorn. Ate so much popcorn. I ate so much popcorn. I don't have to eat till 2026. It was amazing. So yeah. Anyway, we went on the tram tour. Very cool. They actually let you get out at the Bates Motel.
Yeah, you actually go in through the War of the World set backwards.
Yeah.
And then they drop you off in front of the Bates Hotel, which is what you usually see first before you see the War of the World set. And yeah, you get to get out and
And you get to
walk
get stared
around
at.
like props.
Yeah.
By
they-
a weird man.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Norman's still there. He's freaking people out.
Smiled at him, and that was a big mistake.
You
because
don't
then he
smile
hid
at Norman
behind-
Bates.
He hid behind a pillar and just was like looking at me for ages, and I was like,
He's a murderer.
I need
You're not
to
supposed to
move
smile
out
at a
of the way.
murderer.
I don't like this.
But-
well, you don't know. Don't spoil the movie. You don't know he's a murderer.
You don't know.
Who knows what he's up to?
Mother.
But yeah, there's a bunch of props, but there's one prop that was
Yes.
that we had seen before that was out there with no fanfare.
Yes.
No plaque, nothing, but we knew. We
Yes.
knew what we were experiencing and what we got to see and touch.
They just had random props out there
Yep.
on the trail. Like, hey, you could walk through this trail, and we've got all these props and dressings from our prop house.
Yeah.
just sitting out, and they weren't labeled. They weren't, but we knew.
We knew.
because when we did the VIP tour.
Yes, they pointed this out because this was in the back of the prop area.
Yeah.
That we got to walk through, and they pointed it out like,
Yes.
hey, this thing is from that, and we were like, oh shit, this is the coolest thing ever, and it was
Yes.
out there. Do you want to reveal what was out on the tram tour?
Yes. Everyone, we uncovered, discovered, and lovered. We found the full-size giant shopping cart from the opening of the film Jackass the movie,
Yep.
a Paramount production.
And everybody's just walking by it like they didn't
Yep.
even know.
And we were like,
Knuckleheads.
that is the shopping cart. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep, because they pointed it out and we're like, that's the shopping cart from Jackass. And we're like, we're huge Jackass fans. So we were like, what? That's the thing they rode
Yes.
down? Like they all rode in and flipped over in the
Yes.
opening to Jackass. And we were like in awe for that. But we had to go because we were just continue going into the prop area.
Yep. We knew from our VIP tour that's what it was.
Yeah.
But they weren't telling anyone that or didn't know on the
Yeah, it wasn't
tour
even
now.
labeled.
And so thanks to our knowledge, we figured it out.
Yep.
Well, you could just look at it. It's a giant shopping
Is
cart.
this,
But
what else is gonna? What other
Everyone was
movie's gonna
walking.
have
Yeah,
prop?
everyone was leaving, and they were like, "Why are these guys lingering around?" It's like I need to. This is like a photo with the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Take a picture. We have to get a picture. So I did. I shot so much material. I got so much media of that shopping cart.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just. And then you walk around, you go down the trail, and there's a bunch of photo ops. There's you can get a photo with a big King Kong thing.
Yeah.
They have the shark from Jaws.
Yeah, Toretto's car and stuff
Yeah.
like that from Fast and the Furious.
All that stuff, but it's like, I saw the shopping cart. I'm good.
That was. I didn't take a single photo at any of the photo areas and stuff. I just knocked
Yeah.
my water over. But it, like that shopping cart, well, I had to take a billion
I
photos.
mean, it
of
was like, again, it was like seeing Da Vinci
yeah.
in person, like just the artist and his art. Anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
that was incredible. Aside from that, though, they went through Town Square from Back to the Future.
Yep, and they actually they shot new interstitials for
Yeah.
these certain areas because
did.
they updated a bunch of them. So they have a bunch of people from Back to the Future, like
Yeah.
and just talking about, oh, this is all the Back to the Future area, and it's really cool that you don't really get to go to that place as often anymore.
No, it had been a long time for me.
Yeah, and now they had a DeLorean set up, and depends on when you
There
go.
was a Doc Brown, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a Doc Brown, and they're just going around. He's like, "Oh, hello, how's it going?" And
Oh, what is this vehicle? This is coming from the future. Ah!
I have a very, very soft spot for Universal's face characters.
Yes.
Because
What is that?
They're so corny, and they're like, "Why does
Yeah.
this exist?"
But
Yeah.
But I
also-
love it.
Because they are all people who are actors who
Yeah.
are like, I'm
Yeah.
struggling to get other work maybe, or like maybe that's just their foot in the door. I don't
Yeah.
know, but they're all like
But I don't
actors.
I don't
like
need to
proper
see
ones.
like Peter Pan or anything like that.
yeah.
But when I see like Dracula
Because it's
walking
not just
around,
catering to children.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
but
It's
it's just
everybody.
It's corny enough that
it's corny
works.
enough that like, okay, there's Lucille Ball
Yeah.
is
Oh, that
walking
was mint,
around.
and I've never even seen I Love Lucy.
and,
I got
and
so
it's
excited
like,
to see her.
where else would you see a Lucille Ball face character?
Yeah.
in
It
in a
really
park?
is like bizarre.
Yeah.
And I also think too with Disney, it's going for a different thing. The Disney face characters are walking around.
Yep.
There is something sincere and sweet.
Yes, very.
It's Alice, and you see the little girl, Alice, Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah, yeah.
Alice, and the little girl is brought to tears seeing her. It's Mickey and Minnie, and the kids are there's something sweet happening
Yes.
there. Not at Universal.
Nope.
It is I'm Dracula. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's Beetlejuice.
Just
going,
going,
"How you guys
did
doing?"
you just take a giant shit? Like-
It is so tacky that it's charming.
Yes,
It's a
And
different vibe completely.
I
Exactly.
love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I don't know why I get so excited when I see a different face character out because they're always some random person you've never heard, like you've heard of, but you're like, why does this face character exist?
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Yep.
you.
And the Halloween ones are the best ones.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
yeah.
They go even further out on Halloween stuff. There's loads of weird shit walking
Yeah.
around, but like, and not to mention the evil property, but the Death Eaters are quite good.
Yeah.
They're like really,
Yeah.
they'll like really kind of stalk
Yeah.
around, and they've got masks on, so you look quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of that, just the characters there are great. I still laugh at when we did the VIP tour. When they had the Lucy face character
Yeah,
come
yeah.
to the table. Oh, now can I ask who is the one running your tour? Oh, it's George. George, yeah. Ew. The classic Lucy. I was like,
Yeah.
that. I wasn't prepared for that, and I almost spit out my food.
Yeah, it was so good.
Like she just had that ready. Classic.
Yeah.
Lucy. Anyway, you know who I wish I would have met that we didn't?
What?
I wish we would have gone to Florida and met David S. Pumpkins. It's so funny because when Halloween season started over there,
I was
people were like, "This is the worst character."
This sucks.
And then by the end of it, people were like, "Hey, this guy rules."
Dude,
it was
he committed-
the stupidest guy going.
He
Any
committed.
questions?
It was so stupid. It came around to being like, okay, I want to meet this
Like
guy.
people were like, he had lines down the block.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this guy sucks so much. I'm starting to love him. Like it was so funny what happened there.
Didn't they try to do it here and it like sucked and it didn't work?
Yeah, because over in Florida it was the same guy. It was some David Schwimmer looking
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Every time, and over here it was like they had like 17-year-old emo kid.
Yeah, and
doing
it's
it.
like,
It was like
didn't
no.
David S. Schwimmer.
That stood for Schwimmer.
Yeah, that was a good face character for sure.
Yeah. So
Right.
next time we may have to fly out next time.
And do Halloween over there. We almost did.
I'd love
I
to
mean,
do
they were
that.
setting
That'd
up
be fun.
like when we went over there in September, they were doing Halloween stuff. We just weren't there during that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
Next time, David S. Pumpkins, watch out, we're coming.
They got to
How many times have you heard that
they got to
sentence
bring him
today?
back this year. I'm sure they're bringing him back.
Yeah, it seems like it was a hit.
Yeah. I hope it's not a different person though. That would
What were
suck.
you gonna say?
Really?
We'll see.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, they added a bunch of new videos and they have the face character Doc Brown in that area. But one thing I liked about the thing is they would stop during the tour and they go, "This is where this used to be." And they would tell like
Yeah.
history
Yeah.
of something. Here's where the original King Kong ride was, till the fire burned it out and all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And I thought it was really cool. They're telling the history of the tram tour of things that weren't there anymore. So they would go like, "This is where they parted the river." And
Yeah.
everything like that when you go through. And
Yeah, there was a lot more about like the parts that were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Well, that
kinda
was cool.
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't tell about the best face character, did you?
What?
In the little town square area, we got to meet Diver George.
Yeah,
Was it
that's
Yeah,
right.
that guy was so cool.
He was so funny.
into it, and you could tell like, oh, that Diver George was great. Because again, why would they make a face character for the one animatronic diver guy from the
From the Jaws
bit.
part of
Yeah.
the tour that gets killed immediately?
Well, that was the funny thing because if you were walking around, because that was one of my favorite parts of the new tour.
Yeah,
All of the ride wait line play. What's going on? The line where you wait.
yeah.
That's it.
They changed all the signs
they
that used to be in
had
movies.
Tons and tons of like trivia and
Yeah,
stuff.
they
playing on the
updated all
movies,
those because
on
it used
the
to be a bunch of just movie
television
posters.
9:30. I was like really vividly reading all of that stuff, and then one of the things that they said was like, "Oh, George is so beloved. Like George has like a fan following and all of this stuff." And then he was right there, and I was like, oh, "He really does. That's so cool."
And the guy was super cool.
he was really
Taking
fun.
photos, like, yeah, let's take a photo
So
and everything like
into
that.
it, having a
super
great time.
smiley
He was
and
bopping
nice.
around till the music was going on. It was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it was really the whole vibe was great there. I do have to say though, it is one thing that is crazy to me is that whenever they show all this classic stuff, like here's Universal and the history of Universal and all that stuff, there's a lot of stuff in it that's still there today. It shows the Jaws thing, it shows the town square, it shows all these things. In every image, they always show the big King Kong animatronic.
Yeah.
Where is that?
They gotta rebuild that. That is still no one is in any of that celebrating Kong 3D.
Nope.
Like
I have to
That
shut
was
my
such a
eyes on
downgrade.
all of those bits. I can't
Yeah.
do that, and I can't do the
Fast and Furious.
bit because
Yeah.
it's 3D and you're being motion simulated.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, recipe for disaster.
yeah.
So
It really is a shame that's not there.
Yeah.
They gotta figure
it'd
that
be
out.
so cool if they did that.
Yeah, they got to figure it out. And we were talking about this before. I think if it didn't burn down, we still have it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
think that
Oh,
was
yeah, I
ever a
think so
plan
too.
of like, oh, this is too old. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
It just burned down. It was just luck. I mean, bad luck.
Yeah.
So
Yep. I do like that big Kong animatronic, like Captain Japan and stuff.
that is really
and
cool.
Islands of Adventure.
But I like our whole experience better.
Yeah.
I actually never went on it, but none of it's screens or anything like that. It's all you're like crashing helicopters and things.
yeah, God, I wish that was still there.
Me too.
But anyway, yeah, that tram tour was very cool.
Yeah.
I went into Nintendo Land because I wanted a cheap hat, but they didn't have it.
Nope,
Come
they had the.
Where's the cheap?
Yeah, they got to restock that.
Come on. I want that. They had a Bob-omb hat, but I want the cheap hat. Come on. Because you could pull his little fins you pull a string and it makes them go on your head. Come on, I would wear that every day. I'd be in here going, okay, let's get to work. You know? Come on. Anyway. That's
Think
all
what
I
else
can
for
think
the.
of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else for the tram tour that we saw that we haven't mentioned already. They updated Earthquake.
Yeah, that got a fresh coat of
Yeah,
paint.
for the
was
60th anniversary,
cool.
they redid everything. They made everything, spruced it all up, and all nice and everything like that. So that's just something. Even though the 60th anniversary is done, now we just get a nice spruced up Earthquake, the big one or whatever it's
The
called.
bit where all the water comes out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
nice.
was all polished up.
Yep.
You know, there is always part of me that's like, don't change it. It looks like 1989. Keep
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
great.
Part of me feels that way, and then another part of me is like, yeah, but if I was a kid, I would want it to look most up to date. Like, the more up to date it would look, the more it would trick me into going like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. I get both sides.
Totally.
Yeah, they didn't talk about the Mindy project. Sorry.
Nope. They
Not
did
this
bring
time.
up Big Fat Liar, which is good.
Finally,
I was afraid that was
again.
going to be gone.
Yeah.
For the flood scene.
Did they bring up Desperate Housewives?
No, because we never went on that street.
Oh, that's
We
right.
didn't go on that street for that thing. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but we didn't go on that street during that.
They brought up Genovia.
Yeah, we did.
Who?
Genovia from
The-
Princess Diaries 2.
Little Europe, I think it's
Oh,
called.
I thought you said Genova. I thought you meant Genova, like Final
No.
Fantasy VII.
It's
like,
where we got out on the
story
tour and got to walk around
yeah.
that area.
They started playing One Winged Angel on the train. You know what? I'm gonna sound like a hater, but one part of the tram tour I really don't like.
What?
I'm sorry, but the longer it goes on, maybe my least favorite part of the tram tour is "Welcome to the world of Nope."
Nothing happens there.
Can anything happen? Like, they got that whole set. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And they make it so tense. And I was
Yeah.
like, have
Yeah,
they
they're like,
brought
what's gonna
something
happen?
new
And
in?
the
Is there gonna be a
things-
monster?
And it's
Nah.
like, ooh.
I'm sorry, it doesn't work.
Wait.
Like
Yeah.
everyone in the tram, every time I do it, is going like, ooh, and they're looking around.
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay.
Okay. All right, moving on to. I mean, it's like, guys, you have so much to work with. Just make things move. Just,
Are they
you
going to
know,
put anything in that area? Nope.
You know, just come on. Like, I don't know that. You know, Fast and Furious. That part is bad, but
Yeah.
at least it's clear. Something is happening and it's over. Okay, great.
Yep.
But no, it's always people going.
What is that?
Okay.
They don't even have like a wiggly arms guy.
They do?
They do.
Do they?
Yeah, they have they have a couple
And
of
they
those
shut off.
on.
When you hear the aliens, they shut off.
They shut 'em
That's
off.
the one thing that does happen.
Yeah,
didn't know
where
that.
you're
Yeah.
going by and they're just
Okay.
wiggling and then it goes,
right.
and they all
Yeah.
turn out
Didn't
like the
notice
movie.
at all. Could have put an alien in there.
Isn't that weird? Though?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so weird.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
What I like about the Kong and Fast and the Furious parts is that if you don't close your eyes, you wouldn't know this, but I close my eyes every time. There is no light coming out of them screens at all. Whatever they do with that,
Yeah.
it is pitch fucking black when I shut my eyes.
Yeah.
It is so nice because all I can focus on is don't be sick, don't be sick.
Yeah.
I'm never that travel sick, but it's the feeling of
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
travel sick that I don't want to like be left with that for the rest of the day. And yeah, it's like, oh, it's nice and peaceful. I'm just getting jiggled
Yeah.
around. Oh, Fast and the Furious. Oh, Donnie
The
Toretto, or whatever his name is. I don't know.
The worst part, I was getting squirted bad on that tram.
Yeah.
And then Fast and Furious, it's extra upsetting because like they'll crash a truck and then that thing blasted me in the mouth.
Oh.
Just like, what did I just got car juices? Like,
Yeah, you got like oils and stuff.
Like I didn't want that. You know?
I was bummed that we didn't get rid of Jimmy Fallon fully.
I can't.
Yeah,
believe
he
Jimmy
came
Fallon
back.
is
I
still
was
there.
like, are we finally? Because it was before this. It was Jimmy Fallon's tour or whatever,
Yeah.
and he hosted it. Which the tour guide at the thing has control over everything, and they were using him less and less. And I was like, oh, are they getting rid of all Jimmy Fallon? And no, he pops up in the beginning of it again. I'm like, oh,
Wow. And
I don't need Jimmy Fallon.
it's, I mean, I thought he'd exhausted his good favor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
apparently not.
He's exhausted with me.
You know what's really cool about these NFTs?
Oh God, remember that?
That's all I can think about.
Wow,
when I
that's
think
so
about Jimmy
cool.
Fallon.
Yeah, wow. That's so cool. Like you got your own, and so
You can
no one
put-
else has this chimp.
Glasses on that one, and I wear glasses, so
Permission to come aboard? My chip is a captain. That's what's. I think that's so amazing. That's so cool.
That's a really good impression.
I can only do impressions of things I hate. That sucks. Oh, anyway, what's going on with Bored Apes? Anybody got any apes? Anybody got any insight on the ape verse right now?
Hopefully not.
What's going on with the Bored Ape Society or whatever it's called? Oh, that was a dark moment. When people
It was.
And then I was listening to podcasts with like old YouTubers that were like, I left YouTube and I invested in apes and then someone took my ape. So I don't know what to do because someone got in my hot wallet and stole my ape. And now it's like, what are we fucking doing?
My
What are we
hot
doing?
wallet.
I'm not trying to be a hater, but someone took Seth Green's apes too. Exactly.
Oh no, not Seth.
That's
I
it.
know.
Green's apes.
Seth Green's apes sounds like a canceled Goosebumps book. Sounds terrible. Anyway, that's what I think. That's mostly.
I think that's everything
it.
basically.
So we did get to Universal.
Yeah, I knew the Universal thing because it was just the tram thing that we could fit that in.
Not
at
that
the
much
end.
going on.
Yeah. So there.
It wasn't the halfway point.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, everybody. We covered it all. We covered all bases. Are there any announcements that we didn't talk about? Is there anything from D23? You know, whatever that you're bummed we didn't get to. Let us know.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have talked a little bit more about King Thanos.
We can bring up something that happened because of D23.
What?
The person we saw outside of Pirates on the way out. Remember? Okay, we have a running joke, and we've probably mentioned this on the past. When we see a plaid, we go, "Oh, who's this? Who's this?" And I always go, "It's a rich person," because 99% of the time they're not celebrities.
But I'm looking for celebrities, and Kevin doesn't appreciate
but 99%
that. He's like, it's
of the
just a rich guy.
time,
Don't look
it's
at
just
him.
a rich person who can afford a plaid
don't
for the
deserve to
thing.
look at.
So we're exiting Pirates, and I see a plaid, and I make the joke. I go like, "Oh, look, a rich person." Ooh, and we look a little harder, and it's Taika Waititi just walking along the thing to wherever they're going next. And I was like, "Oh, that was actual celebrity." I wasn't expecting that, and then it dawned on me that it was like, "Oh, it's D23, and everybody's in town to promote their movies or shows,
Yeah, they're
or
all there.
all the Imagineers are in town.
Yep.
Everybody's in town." And so I got to see Taika Waititi. That was cool. I'm a big fan of Taika Waititi.
And it's always when I'm not there.
Yeah.
Wasn't the other guy there too? What's his name? That he's in that. He's like that captain or something. What is he? The Bushwick or something. What's his name?
I don't remember.
George Bush.
Senior.
No, what is he? I'll find out. I'm gonna figure it out.
While he's doing that.
Reese Darby or some shit. Wasn't he with him?
Stop.
I don't think he was with him.
No,
Stop.
it looked like it. It looked like him to me.
I didn't
I think they're
see
both.
that.
If that's... He's ruining my day. Like,
I'm
do
pretty
that.
sure. I'm like, all right.
Please don't.
Thought that was him.
Please don't do that to me. Captain Steed. Come on.
Yeah, and
That's
Jim-
nothing.
Steve Bonnet.
I did go to Blue Bayou with James Corden. So we'll
I would have just left.
Well,
that's a worse
I
meal.
wasn't at the same table technically, but he was one table over.
Grace.
It was cool. I got to just live in Corden's aura, like presence. That was kind of neat.
When Kevin told me about Taika Waititi being there, my first thought was, oh, I wonder if Rita Ora's with him. Because he's married to Rita Ora. She was in the fucking Parks panel.
Yeah,
she did.
She did a performance there.
Oh.
Eurovision Connection. Woo!
Wow, shit.
She performed at Eurovision, but not in it.
Was it good?
On it.
She did a song with Charlie XCX. I thought was good.
Yeah. I don't really like. What I thought was funny about all of the performances at the Parks panel, there were two things I lost my mind over. The first one was just the fact that Darren Criss is still relevant. I was like, good for him.
Yeah, good for
Hell
that guy.
Yeah. But then, Susan Egan came out, and I was like,
Yeah, you love
Susan!
Hercules.
It was, Susan Egan's like number one crush of my childhood. I love her so
Wow.
much.
Dude,
I was stoked.
I'm just stoked we got fucking crystalled during
Yeah,
the
we got
thing.
crystallized.
Yeah. And
Yep.
we got
Talking about childhood crush, the Bill man.
Dude, Billy Crystal came out on stage
That was amazing as well.
Yep.
To be fair, I was very excited about
sang
that too.
the Mike Wazowski song.
But what was also funny was that like almost every other artist that came out, I was like, oh, I fucking hate Meghan Trainor. Oh, the plain white tees. I fucking hate
Yeah,
the plain white tees. It was like everything
Okay.
stacking up to be bad for me.
I am going to, speaking of musical performances you might not like, I'm going to stick up for one that I also thought I wasn't going to like. And then I was like, but this wasn't during the presentation. On the show floor, they always have a stage at D23 where they have just people doing presentations. Sometime, every now and then, there'll be music, but not often. It's usually, a lot of times, they'll have the announcer at Disneyland, welcome to Disneyland. That guy, a lot of times they'll have him on the stage, and he'll just come out there like, all right, anything you want me to say, get in line, and I'll do it. You want a voicemail? Okay. This is Rebecca's phone. Be sure to leave your voice at the tone.
Yeah.
Whatever. So a lot of times it's that. On Friday, they were just like, all right, we have a new album that's coming out where all these pop punk bands did Disney songs.
I heard about that.
We're
yeah.
just going to have Simple Plan come out and play for you. Okay. this is shit that I did not like in the early 2000s. It was a little too much pop punk for me. They came out and it was still addicted to you. And then, all right, that song's over. I'm just a kid. Nobody cares because I'm alone in the world. I was like, this is kind of slapping. This is, and you could see everyone on the show floor who was not interested start to go like, this kind of kicks ass. All right. They were really great.
Okay.
They were actually really, it was like when we saw Hanson at Epcot.
Yes.
Where it was like, oh,
yeah.
Hanson, kind of like, oh, let's laugh at this. And
We
it's
weren't
like,
even planning
they're
on
great.
it.
Yeah.
I loved that we're like, we walked by the stage because we were going to American
Yeah.
Adventure, and that's right across the way from it.
Yeah.
And we're like, Hanson's playing? I'm there. I'll see Hanson.
Why not?
And
We're already here.
we're already here. And when are you going to see, like, when I was never going to plan on seeing a Hanson concert.
Yeah.
They kicked ass.
They were so tight. Like
They-
musically just
Yeah.
perfect.
They're bouncing from instrument to instrument, just picking a
Yes.
guitar, going on a piano, and it's like, oh, you are super talented.
They were so good.
Yep.
I was very shocked.
Yep.
On this album, Colors of the Wind, Tokyo Hotel.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. They're all covers.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, Tokyo Hotel?
Yeah.
Really?
That's kind of surprising.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And also, Friend Like Me, Bowling for Soup.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow. Song from Song of the South by Smash Mouth? That,
Wow.
that seems wrong to me.
that's-
Maybe that's what
he's
did,
dead.
did the guy
Don't do
in.
that.
That's what he was like. Can't be seen doing this. I'm out. Anyway.
When people say pop punk, I think emo, and then I see what pop punk is, and I'm like, oh, I don't hate that much.
Yeah.
Some of them I don't like, but it's emo music that I don't like. I'm sorry, everybody.
Hoobastank, maybe they were involved. To be like, I saw a hitchhiking ghost. What? I don't know. I got nothing. Anyway, yeah. Simple Plan. They're great.
Simple Plan.
I was surprised how much I enjoyed that. Yeah. Other than that,
I can't think of anything. We just went back to D23 for a bit. So,
yeah.
Loop back around.
yeah.
We did loop back around. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened that you would have appreciated. I don't think so.
Nope.
At all.
No?
Okay. Well, everybody. Hey, we do want to hear from you. Let us
Yeah.
know if you like when we're in the studio, that kind of stuff. Well, also, what should we do for our next episode? Because I think we're overdue. We should go back to the park.
Yeah, I'm down to go back to
Somewhere.
a park somewhere.
Yeah.
And
And
do it
do an
there.
episode there.
Yeah.
But let us know what you would like to do one on. And maybe peruse the list of episodes we've already done. Because, again, we do a lot of times. I'll say this and immediately we'll get
Right.
Haunted Mansion. It's like,
And
oh,
it's
we,
like,
we did
did
that.
it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You know, peruse the list. And if there's anything missing, let us know. Like, we'll do an episode and discuss what you think and what we think.
And it doesn't even have to be on a certain ride or anything. We love doing ones that are
Yeah.
just like our opinions on things or top 10 lists or anything like that.
Chair is continuing to sink. I also want to encourage you, hey, if you like our show and if you like what we do, I really want to encourage you. If you're watching us live, give us a Twitch sub. You get a free one every month.
Yeah.
If you got Amazon Prime. So just link your account, give us the free one for the month. You're going to be very happy you did. You
Yes.
get all the features. It's good. There's that. You can always do that. You can always go to patreon.com/mega64 and support us there and get exclusive video stuff. But this weekend, something I have been working on extensively is a Blu-ray of all of Mega 64's video work that we did for third parties like IGN,
Yeah.
Ubisoft, Sega, all these companies from 2007 to 2009. And the Blu-ray is called Mega 64 Nighttime. That Blu-ray is up now, and you can order it, shop.mega64.com. I would encourage you to do that. It supports us, and also you're going to get a Blu-ray with over 100 projects on there to watch. You're going to be watching it for quite a while with commentary on everything, new extras. This was a DVD originally that we made in 2010 that went out of print, but now it's a Blu-ray. We resurrected it on Blu-ray. for all of you, the viewing public.
Yep.
So if you want to support Mega 64, I highly encourage you pick one of those up, and we'll be very appreciative that you did. Shop.mega64.com. We're going to keep them up through the weekend, and if you get the special edition version, it comes with a little booklet of all the photography we did
For the like backgrounds and things
Yeah.
like that.
and behind the scenes for those videos back in the day. And if you get it this weekend, it's gonna be signed by one of us. We're not doing that after this weekend. After this, you're SOL. You're gonna get a booklet. Wait, no one wrote anything on this. Actually, you might even be blank. We might not even print the booklets. We'll just give you blank paper. You'd be like, well, should have got it.
You got to
earlier.
imagine what's on the pages.
Exactly. But anyway, can you send me that teak as a secret prize? Yonder March, are you fucking with me?
No, I'll do it.
No,
No.
you won't. I don't even want to entertain the joke. Okay? Get your own teak,
Yeah.
geek. All right?
And do it fast because they only made 19.
Yeah, and you needed to buy it last week.
1,989 of these bad boys.
And you reek. Anyway. So anyway, go pick that up if you're so inclined. We really do appreciate that. Anyway, thanks for watching,
Yeah.
everybody. Great creepy old crypt, long creepy old crypt.
Yeah, we had extra long, but it was worth it.
And to take us out, a little bit of the concert I ignored, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Sephiroth.